Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Style Esports Season 7. I'm your host, Shinkari. I'm joined today by TDS, and we have two great teams lined up for y'all today. Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized crabs or one crab-sized duck? I messed that up, but we got the crab ducks, and we have light, we got shadow, we got a little mixture of both. We got light and shadow. Two teams lined up for y'all today. They're around mid-plat, I'd say, was average rank between the two teams, and we're pretty deep into phase 1 of picks and bans. TDS, how you doing?
Great. Thinking about the crab dogs now, what would I want to fight against? I'm not sure. Both sound horrible to go against,
Yeah.
but ignoring that little fact, looking at the bans right now, Morgana, Jinx, nothing really out of the meta here because these two picks are really strong. We know that Morgana is just such an oppressive jungler. We have seen it
Mm-hmm.
in pro play, we have seen it in amateur play. It's just the same. Morgana is just so good. On the other side, we have Swin and Yasuo. These picks are
Mm-hmm.
just focused towards the players of Light and Shadow because they certainly like their niche picks. We were talking jokingly about the support player being a Yasuo main, but there's also other players that can pilot that champion. So obviously
Yep.
these bans are more focused towards them. Lastly, the
Yep.
Varus ban, I think it's also a good ban, especially against 80 carries because of the flexibility that not only Varus has as a champion in different lanes, but as a
Yes.
champion itself, he can be flexible in towards his build. So it's really a dangerous champion, and I like that they're banning
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we were talking about it before, and we were talking about how TLS Baby Brain, the support player for Light and Shadow, has a lot of Yasuo in their match history, just a whole lot of it, and they're the support player. The band might be more just be a little bit more oriented towards the Golden Blade, who is more of an AD carry player. So obviously Yasuo is going to be a little bit more comfortable for them on that than other mid laners. But we are finally through bans, and it looks like the first pick from Light and Shadow is going to be that Rumble.
Yeah, and surprised Rumble didn't get banned on the red side. Hecarim for me has fallen a lot in priority, and I thought a lot of teams were thinking the same. But it seems that they are still scared about the fact that the horse can just run on top of you. But Rumble overall is just such a good pick right now because of the flexibility that it provides as well. It can be going either mid, jungle, or top, and it
Mm-hmm.
can also just provide the AP damage that you lack sometimes, and you can just go 80 mid.
Yeah.
Which we have seen to be open in picks like Ser, Talon, Kiana. Assassins may
Mm-hmm.
come back just because of this adaptation in jungle with the AP. So it's kind of interesting seeing it just open right now. But from the side of Crack Dogs, going for the Samira first pick, I'm surprised that they are picking this blindly, especially against so many champions that can just make
Mm-hmm.
the Samira suffer in lane. And the Gragas, this is also a flex. I think Gragas Samira is not a bad bot lane, but I feel like there are other supports that can synergize better with Samira if the Gragas ends up going bot lane. Still, I'm amazed that Samira just came in like that.
Yeah. I mean, it certainly is a pick that hasn't really been seeing a whole lot of popularity, even in high levels of play and even throughout style esports as well. You know, usually when folks are playing Samira, they have to be real confident on it. And especially to
Yeah.
pick it fairly early on as well. She does get outranged very easily by a lot of champions, but I think they saw the Varus ban and the Morgana ban, like, hey, if you're gonna ban two of Samira's like pretty big counters, then why don't we just go ahead and take it for ourselves?
Yeah, and like you said, it's really a confident based champion in the fact that if you really are good with that champion, then you can just outplay almost anything and
Mm-hmm.
actually just carry 1v9 because that's what the champion is designed to do, be a 1v9 champion. And she most of the time can. I'm just still surprised that I don't think there would be priority in terms of contesting the pick. So
Right.
I think you can just save it for later,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you have something that it can be higher priority, like the Rumble being in the game still. Diana is still a champion that can be higher priority. The same can be said for Senna that was just picked. I like the Senna pick, but I'm not sure if Senna Alistar is the best beneficiary from a Senna, especially if they
Mm-hmm.
are going to go for fasting Senna, which I don't think if you're going for Alistar, I don't think you're going for fasting Senna. I think
Right.
champions like Nautilus or Tam Kench, which were still open, fit more
Mm-hmm.
in that regard than the Alistar, but maybe they are still going to go for that. And on the other side, they pick Sejuani. So Gragas is eliminated from the jungle now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Sejuani is a good jungler in the sense that she can just initiate herself and provide so much. engage and tankiness for the team, and that's something that Samira also wants, someone that can just be in front of her before she has to go in. So I
Right.
think that goes well with the composition, but I'm afraid that the Sejuani can be just constantly invaded and put behind by the Rumble, especially
Yeah.
because of how much pressure the Rumble can put in the early stages of the game. So
Yeah.
Sejuani cannot scale as easily.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like Rumble does is in this kind of weird spot where it's like an AP champion that does kind of have some good early trades, especially with how the flamethrower works and how the harpoons that he has. Like he has a lot of tools in his kit that make his early levels just that much more annoying to deal with. And Sejuani
Yeah.
doesn't have a whole lot of stuff to deal with that as well. Sure, like her mace might be good for a decent chunk of damage, but if you're getting fought early as Sejuani, even against a champion that wants to build more items in order to be more effective, like you're still SOL against a lot
Yeah.
of these early level 2 invades. So I'll be something to worry about as we get into the rift. But Gnar is going to be locked in for the Crab Ducks here. That's going over to the Darth Reptar in the top lane.
Yeah, and Nart coming in after so many bans, I think, focused towards top lane in Irelia and Zed. Both of these champions are in really a lot of regards good against Nart, so I think they were planning already to just go for the champion.
Mm-hmm.
And but the Malphite is something that you cannot just overlook. I think Malphite is also a really great matchup against the Nart, and it provides the certain CC that you want against a Samira. So now you have both Malphite and Lissandra coming in now. So you have a really good engage tools for the Samira to be able to lock her down. And
Yeah.
you really don't you need to get on top of her to be able to put the CC, and that's what you have with Malphite and Lissandra. So they
Yeah.
have a lot of good ultimates and a lot of good abilities to just focus her down and eliminate her before anything happens. Are we going to see her? Okay.
Oh, we finally gonna see Gwen?
Yes.
Okay,
Nice.
the
This is a
Gwen
good
is
play.
getting locked in, and this is kind of what I was talking about. I really wanted to touch on really quickly before Crab Ducks had locked in their last champion here, and the big question was, where's the rest of the damage on this team? They see Light and Shadow seems to be making a lot of picks that sort of be countering Samira here, this first 80 carry pick, and then the following picks that we saw from Crab Ducks, Gragas, Sejuani, Gnar, they're bruisers, these are tanks. You know,
Yeah.
Gragas can build damage, but like, most of the time, like the damage source are probably going to be coming from something else. This Gwen
Yeah.
pick, that's another great damage source and provides some interesting utility for their team, I'll say.
Yeah, a lot of utility. Kind of, she can work in the same vein as Samira, that she can block a lot of extra CC and abilities that may come her way. But
Mm-hmm.
lucky for the side of Light and Shadow is that they still have so many tools with hard TC that that you get on top of them and then use your hard TC and you can just lock them down. So
Mm-hmm.
some of the abilities that can ignore that are not going to be as effective in the side of Crab Ducks. But still, the win, I really like this pick, not only because she's a really good fighter and she can most of the time outplay most of the champions in the game, but she's also good against tanks. She can shred tanks with the amount of abilities that she has, especially going for the Conqueror. She has a lot of stats to go against tanks and going against Malphite, going against Alistar, which are champions that, although want to go for tank stats, does not go for a lot of magic resistance. So she's going to have a good time going against them as well. And her
Mm-hmm.
ultimate is really really good. And I feel like it's really really good in teamfights against champions like Zen and Rumble, that although they can deal a lot of damage, they're still kind of stationary. The Rumble
Mm-hmm.
can use the Equalizer and the W to protect himself and move around, but he's still kind of stationary in how he wants to fight with the Flamethrower. So it's going to be an easy target to get the Wen's ultimate on top of them. And I really
Mm-hmm.
think that if she's able to get the ultimate on 4 people, on 3 people, it's going to be so effective and give Samira extra damage to be able to just explode everyone else.
Yeah. And it's just like I personally really like the team composition that Crab Ducks has kind of put together here, mostly because their carries are super flashy. Like the
Yeah.
way that Gwen's ultimate works, the way that Samira's ultimate works, and the amount of mobility that these two champions have, like Light and Shadow's gonna have to use some real hard CC in order to stop them from just dashing around the whole the whole team fight. But while it's happening, it's gonna be like really, really fun to watch for sure.
Yeah, and at least, like you said, the composition from Crab Dogs is something that is good to watch, not only because of the flashiness, but also because of the fact that they have designed a really good composition that works well overall in terms of
Mm-hmm.
what they want to accomplish. So you know that Samira wants to go in because of how the champion works. Her ultimate gets more value the more closer you are to your opponent. So you want to just go in and fight with them face to face. With that, you pair it with an R that wants to go in as well to get his ultimate to be able to just deal a lot of damage and stun people. The Gragas also wants to go in, but can disengage and create
Yeah.
chaos throughout the fights, but wants to go in. The Sejuani is in the same story that wants to go in and stun people, create zones for the carries to be able to fight, and when also wants to go in, dash around with her dashes, and be able to deal as much true damage with her scissors as she wants. So
Right.
overall, it's a really good compact composition with a clear theme that they want to follow and a clear idea of how they want to play the game. Light and
Yeah.
Shadow also kind of has that same. Light and Shadow is interesting. They have a clear idea in the composition, but it's kind of split into parts. One composition
Mm.
was to really, really go hard in with Malphite, Lissandra, and Alistar, and Rumble to a degree wants to go in as well with the Equalizer, but Senna and Rumble then to a degree wants to fight from a certain distance to be able to get their damage from afar and not be as in as much harm as they can be.
Right.
So it's kind of opposing ideas, but at the same time, kind of want to do the same in the sense that they just want to deal as much damage as they can and
Yeah.
explode the carries from afar. And
Yeah.
one of the good things for Sen, at least in this game, is that although Sejuani can be troublesome as a tank, I think she has a lot of champions that she can deal a lot of damage to. Gragas is not going to be as tanky because he's going to the support position, so he's not going to have access to as much armor tank stats. Nar in the same vein can go for tank stats, but he's not going to get as much just because of how the champion works. So that's going to work in the advantage of Senna in that regard. So at least there's that. And Rumble as well, although he's not the only magic damage, he's going to deal a lot of magic damage in the mid game just because of the equalizer as well as the flamethrower. So there's
Right.
that as well. If they are able to get an early advantage, I think Light and Shadow should just run away with the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I think we've talked about both of these team comps kind of like ideas and kind of like their strengths. I feel like both teams have kind of drafted two kind of similar comps here, and we're gonna see some bloodbaths as we get closer to mid and late game as well. Like these are two
That's what we
teams that
want.
definitely want to go 5v5 and press the go button a lot, like a
Yeah.
whole lot.
Yeah, that's really that's like one of the really good things is that even though the ideas may vary in some way, the focus is just going to be going for 5v fights, 5v5 fights. You want to go into a fight against them as much as possible because you have really impactful ultimates that can go really well like in 5v5s. So for example, the Malphite ultimate, the Rumble Equalizer, the Lissandra ultimate as well. These are really good ultimates that can take full value in teamfights, as well as the Nara ultimate, the Sejuani imprisonment, the Gwen ultimate, as well as the Samira ultimate can just be full value there. So you want to force as much as possible. The thing is, I think just Light and Shadow has a better team fight early on in comparison to Crab Dogs, just because
Hmm.
that Samira may take some time to just pump out the damage. She needs a
Right.
little time to begin amping out in items and being able to deal as much damage. The same with Wen. After one item, you really want to get that 2 item power spike to be able to just burst them out. Sejuani needs at least one more tank item before she can just blindly go in. And Nar has to prep his Narbar, so he cannot just go blindly into fights. So
Right.
that's why I think early on, Light and Shadow will have more of a chance to fight 5v5s and win them more easily.
Right. Yeah, it's certainly interesting to see. But we are going to take just a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to be on the rift of Light and Shadow versus Crab Ducks. Let us know in chat which team you think is going to win. We would love to see those predictions in chat. But until we get into the rift, we'll be right back. All right.
Well,
Esports. We're on Summoner's Rift, and we might have a bit of a level 1 engage here. Interesting. Okay, we're just putting down some wards. We're going to back away. Looks like they're going to form the regular lines of scrimmage, which means now I have some time to say hello. Welcome back. My name is Shinkari. I'm joined, as always, by TDS, and we are here on Summoner's Rift for Crab Ducks versus Light and Shadow. This is game number 1, and it is now finally underway. TDS, how you doing?
I thought we were going to get something spicy with that level 1, but disappointment.
Yeah,
Nothing new.
I'm kind of disappointed too. I was like, man, how good is their level 1? And I was thinking about like Sejuani charge and like hitting like the body slam from
Yeah,
Gragas. Like, okay, you got some pretty good level 1 tools. There's a slow on the boomerang.
and the
Still
Samira
pretty
passive.
good. Yeah,
She
but
like if
Sag.
they yeah, if they get someone with either of those CCs, I think that person is just instantly dead. They have 2 ignites and a lot of CC to be able to control the target. So I think if they are able to pull it off, it would be nice. And it would be a really great early game advantage, especially against a Rumble. To put him behind early on would be good, but sadly it didn't happen. Going into the lanes, I think pretty much what we expected. Mid lane is going to be harsh for the Gwen, as we were
Yep.
talking about in the early phase parts of the game, just because of how Lisandro works. We're talking about how it would work kind of the same as a LeBlanc, but I think it can also be just kind of the same as a Diana in the terms that you want to go in, but Lisandra can just put so much pressure on you, and you will take so
Mm-hmm.
much damage as long as she has mana, which she will have for the most part at the early game. Bot lane is
Yeah.
the same kind of like
Mm-hmm.
although this isn't fasting Xena, so
Yep. Yeah, it
oof.
should be interesting to see. And oh no, the level 2 was
And the
immediately
counter.
turned around here. Alistar going to deal a decent chunk of damage once the attack is put onto Gragas here. But man, that body slam not landing and hitting a minion instead, that is not ideal. Not ideal.
Yeah, at least he tried to go for the play, and luckily for them, Gragas has so much good sustain that he won't feel it as much. But that kind of prepares us for what I think the lane would most likely be. Gragas will try and go in at, yeah, like that.
Oh yeah, he's going to get the knockup here, but not really a whole lot of follow-up damage here. Death Reptar on the top side here. I'm going to be fighting back and forth, but Golden Champ still hanging on pretty strong.
Yeah, and quickly touching on bot lane once again, the Golden Blade is going for not only he's not going for fasting Senna, but he also has what's it called, the passive? Sorry. Oh wait, top
Okay,
lane.
yeah, Rumble versus Sejuani. Gonna force out a flash. That is huge. That is a summoner spell down for the jungler here, who I think we were talking about seeing maybe Rumble going in and invading Sejuani early on, but it looks like Sejuani is getting this early advantage, and it was a really good roam from mid as well with that prio that Gwen is getting.
Yeah, at that particular moment, the mid lane was pushing and top lane had the push, so the priority was for the side of Kratos. Once again, there's
Oh
no
yeah, this is
flash.
gonna be Sejuani onto Rumble here. He's taken incredibly low. He does not have that
Also
flash.
bot
That
lane.
mace is dealing so much damage. The rest of the red team is trying to follow through here, but they might have buttoned off a little bit more than they can chew. Flashes over the wall. Ponyboy has Ignite ticking as well. Can they find the last bit of damage? They're not gonna be able to find it. He's going to walk away as the Golden Blade and Alistar are in the bush here. They're looking for something. The Guardian Shield is gonna pop. Can they get this last bit of damage? They're dealing so much, but they're walking towards the tower. Can they get the last bit of damage? CLS Baby Brain gonna walk away as Gragas is going to be able to find back first blood on the backside here. He's gonna be headbutted and pulverized towards the tower. The damage is gonna come through 1-for-1, make that a 2-for-1 in favor of the red team.
Yeah, and wait, maybe we get some more. Lissandra was
Yeah.
through all of that, is still in mid lane. I'm amazed she didn't try to roam around. I think she has enough mana to just push it and then go to help. I think if Lissandra is there as well, because of how much time it took, they may get even better trade. But Boomstick is able to secure the kill on the Rumble. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh wait, the Golden Blade.
yeah, he's maybe biting off a little bit more than he can chew here, taking a decent chunk of damage from the Senna. I don't know how much I like the melee versus ranged matchup here in the bottom lane, but I guess Gragas is just trying to make the most out of this blue buff that
He
he
has a
can.
blue buff, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, going into that again, if the Lissandra is there, I think there's. Oh wait,
Ooh,
Baby
yeah,
Brain.
that's a headbutt
He
pulverized
doesn't have
combo.
flash.
He does not have the flash just yet. There's going to be the stun. Senna is coming in from the side. She doesn't have a whole lot of mana, though. Here comes Samira. And from the lane, finally back. Full health, full mana. Can they find something here? It looks like they're just going to back away. Now here comes a teleport in from the Rumble. And this is going to be... Oh, there's Lissandra. There's the snare. The teleport is completed by the Gnar. Let's see if they're able to turn this into a 1-for-1 as much as they can. Legendary Pleb does not have that ultimate just yet. They might have that smoking sexy style, but they're going to have to back away as the 1-for-1 is achieved.
Yeah, they get an 1-for-1. It still is good for the side of Light and Shadow, but I feel like if the Malphite is also trying to respond as well, they get an even better trade. The Gnar escaped with so little health that if you have one more person there, I think you are able to secure the kill. Lissandra, I'm not sure if she was level 6 at the moment. I think she used ultimate on on Gragas instead of waiting a little bit before actually using it and then securing 2 kills with that. But still, at the end of the day, at least they get a trade. They will get plates on top. And the Senna is ahead in CS of the Samira, as well as the Lissandra is ahead of this when in CS. So at least they have still those places to keep up with the kills from the side of Kratos.
Yeah, and they're not super far behind the kills either. Like, down only 1 kill, but up in CS and in nearly every lane. Like, this definitely looks real good. Light and Shadow here. That's going to be the first needle thrown out. They can't quite land it just yet, but she's going to dash again. There's the second set of needles. Can't quite find the damage. Mystic Phil taking a lot here. They can't quite find the kill, but here comes a teleport in from the Malphite. He is level 6. There's the Unstoppable Force. Going to lock this doll right up into the air. She's going to be put back to the wholesale as here comes the Lissandra passing. Going to slow them up for just a little bit. Golden Champ coming in, trying to deal just a decent chunk of damage to step on me, mommy. But they're just going to walk away. Sejuani is going to be fine at 1-for-0 in the mid lane.
Yeah, and this time around, the Golden Champ goes with the TP to go mid lane. I like how Mystic Field played that gank. He evaded so much from Step On Me Mommy that he was able to survive. Oh wait, Alistar?
Ooh, yeah, that's a headbutt pulverized combo. They are in the midst of it right now. Step On Me Mommy, very low HP, next to no mana. The rest of the team doesn't look like they're in a place to follow up. So that's just going to be scaring away Sejuani back into her jungle.
Yeah, and with that, I think this helps to keep control. Oh wait, Baby Brain.
Oh my god, they really don't want you to do any color casting, are they? They're just gonna keep fighting over and over. I guess that's fine by me.
Yeah, you get more in the spotlight with the PvP. I think that's what everyone wants.
Yeah, it's okay. I appreciate your color casting.
I like your PvP, so it's okay. But going before something happens, I will try to make this point before something happens. With this state right now, the Sejuani is ahead of the Rumble, and going to mid game, this is what the side of Krabdogs really want. They want to be able to be on kind of equal footing to the side of Light and Shadow so that they can win fights more effectively, because we already saw the effectiveness of the Malphite all in that mid lane gank, and if they are able to use it more against more people as well with the Lissandra ultimate, it's going to be more painful for the side of Grapdogs.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like the Blau side does want a little bit of a fight here. They're looking for something. They're definitely scaring them off the minions, though.
Yeah. So many failed out attacks.
Yeah, it's, man, there's nothing, like when I try to play AD carry for the first time, there's so many times where I've accidentally canceled my auto attack when I was last hitting a minion, and it drove me insane.
Yeah, it's so painful. I hate it. Like, I'm not an AD carry, but I hate it when it happens as a mid laner. It's just...
yeah.
Oh,
it's like, oh yeah, I'm finally going to get this. Oh yeah, Empire for Hire, dealing some decent chunk of damage on a Mystic Phil in the mid lane. Meanwhile, Golden Champ looking for something on a Darth Reptar. He does have that Unstoppable Force, but Darth Reptar doing a good job on this Gnar of kiting him around as much as he can. So
I think he's waiting for his cooldowns. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there it is. That's going to be the whole combo. The Golden Champ coming in on a Darth Reptar. Not even the Sith can save you this time. That's going to be 1 kill into the top lane.
Yeah, that's what happens when you put a little cat against a rock. You just get squashed.
Yeah.
it wasn't pretty, but oh wait, Gragas?
Ooh, yeah, that's gonna be a body slam. That's gonna be a keg to follow up. But here comes Rumble in from the jungle. It might be a bad space. That's gonna be an explosive cast to try to go away. Here comes the equalizer. Boomstick is slowed up. They're taking the dot. That's gonna be the flash forward from Senna. But can they get it? They're just outside of range, and that's Senna. That flash is no good. No losses in the bot lane. Just a couple of ultimates thrown around, but that has got to be a huge win for the Crab Ducks.
Yeah, I thought Boomstick was mispositioning really badly. He tried to go for an engage and failed, and Baby Brain was able to capitalize on that and get a really good engage on top of the Gragas, but Gragas ultimate is so effective to do just that, disengage everything and just try to run away with that. Wait, mid lane gank? TLS
Oh,
Baby
yeah,
Brain.
Empire for Hire. That's the flat headbutt pulverized. Now untargetable. Empire for Hire is going to dash away. Ignite is, some DPS is ticking. They're not going to find the kill on the Gwen this time. It looks like they're just going to get a couple of plates here.
Yeah, but they get, it's flash for flash, and Baby Brain's flash is valuable to some degree, but not as much as Empire for Hire, especially when you have the Hex Slash. You just want to trade that as much as possible because then later on you can just come from behind and get such a good engage. But they're going once
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, Boomstick is looking for something. Oh, he finds
So
just the
much
very tip
damage.
of the body slam here. That's going to force the ultimate from Alistar here. That's going to be the ultimate from
Oh.
Lysandra, also underneath turret. But if you want to be locked up in ice, step on me, mommy's got a bola for you. That's going to be another great kill, double kill for the Sejuani. And then looks like this is Malphite waiting on the edge here. He's waiting for his cooldowns to come back up. Ponyboy looks like he's the next target. Trying to get around these minions, but these minions don't want Sejuani to engage onto the Rumble here, so she's just going to back away. She does have Rift Herald, so that's going to be an empowered back for Sejuani, so they're just going to back away after all that.
Ooh, Cask Boomstick. So close.
Yeah,
Whoa.
so close indeed. Meanwhile, the legendary pleb in the bot lane trying to fight the Golden Blade, dealing a decent chunk of damage. There's the Samira ultimate coming across, but the Golden Blade is just going to immediately get outside of range. They're going to back away, and I believe that's just ultimate traded for basically nothing in the bot lane.
Yeah, he traded it for the Shroud, so I think that hurts just a little bit, but not as much as the ultimate. But yeah, I don't really understand the fights that the legendary play is trying to go, because I don't think you will put Samira Senna on kill threat like that. Maybe sometimes you can pressure her, but I don't think you will ever get the kill. You just need to trade farm and wait to get your first item. I think that's the most important thing for Samira right now, and I think they need to just focus on that. On the mid lane, really good ganks, I think, really well done by Step on Me, Mommy, Death Reptar, and
Yeah.
Boomstick. They are playing so well towards how they layer their CC so that they can get more effectiveness out of that, and they were able to secure the kill on the Lissandra like that really well. I think they could have gotten the kill on the Rumble as well with the Gwen coming in, but they didn't go for it. Ooh, Step on Me, Mommy.
Yeah, that's going to be a gank in the mid lane. Mystic Phil taking a decent chunk of damage, going to turn it around for just a little bit of time. That's going to be them getting away. Not a whole lot of wins in the mid lane there. It looks like they're just trying to help get some priority.
Yeah, and one quick thing also with the Step on Me Mommy, he has secured both the Drake and the Herald before the Rumble was even able to put any pressure, so I really like how he's been... Whoa, Boomstick!
Oh, yeah, that's a huge explosive cast there. The Golden Blade taken incredibly low. The Legendary Pleb looking for something. That ultimate is now available. They're rooted onto the ground. Here comes the bullets across. They're only really hitting Alistar, though. The Legendary Pleb is going to get hit by the Equalizer, taken incredibly low, but it looks like Boomstick is now the target. He's going to be taken incredibly low as well. Darth Reptar coming in from the side. He does not have Mega Gnar, but he has entered into the fight. Step on Me, Mommy is waiting on the side here, but it looks like it's just going to be that 1-for-0 in favor of the blue team.
Yeah, and once again, Boomstick goes in for the engage. I think he layered his ultimate really well to be able to get the Senna push back, but really good response by TLS Baby Brain. He was able to just stop the Gragas from doing anything, as well as the Samira. The legendary pleb couldn't get his ultimate off and be able to deal as much damage as possible. Oh, wait, Lissandra couldn't.
Yeah, that's a great bola over the wall. Mystic Phil forced to use the ultimate on themselves here. Gonna make them go gold and Step on Me, Mommy standing a little bit too much time underneath turret. It's gonna be 2 deaths to the turret. Make that a 3rd kill, a double kill for the Lysandra. After all of that, a 3-for-1 absolute disaster for Light and Shadow.
Yeah, they tried to go for the kill. I like the effort,
that's
but...
the Crab Ducks. This Crab Ducks.
Oh, wait. I like the effort, but it's Alessandra. It's a champion that is so hard to just try and dive. Her ultimate, we just disengage anything, and after the ultimate, she was able to just use the W to secure the kill. Oh, Boomstick.
Oh no, Boomstick getting caught out here, taking incredibly low. TLS Baby Brain, the Golden Champ, and Ponyboy all waiting on the side here. Legendary Pleb dealing some damage here, but I think their team has a decent chunk of armor already.
Yeah. Okay, Ponyboy.
Oh, that's a really, really great placed equalizer there. Going to zone them out for just a little bit longer. Here comes TLS Baby Brain. Going to knock Step Mommy away. But that's going to be Boomstick trying to steal it away, but it's not going to be successful this time. It's going to go over to Pony Boy, and that's a dragon for the blue team now.
Yeah, Boomstick wanted to be the star of the show and trying to steal Drake, but really well done by the side of Light and Shadow. They were able to just push them away before being able to get to the Drake and then secure it really easily with Ponyboy's Smite. And I like how they played as well. They almost got a pick on Boomstick as well. I hope they... Oh, wait, the legendary play.
Ooh,
so
yeah,
much damage.
Club taking incredibly low. He does have that press the attack debuff on him right now. Going to dodge a little bit more. Dashing forward. Senna is taking incredibly low, but that range is in his favor. That's going to be the ultimate coming down. That's going to be the damage coming across. Golden Blade is going to be able to find the kill now. Boomstick going to be stunned up. Can they get the pulverize? Can they slow him down for just a little bit longer? The ignite comes down. That's going to be the auto attack from Senna. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, that's going to be Empire for Hire looking for something on the Mystic Phil, but looks like that's just going to be just one trade back to the low. Oh my gosh. Okay,
And
Darth Reptar looking for Ponyboy here, taking incredibly low. He does almost have that Fury fully charged up. I don't think oh no! There's the Mega Gnar. There's the Smackdown. Darth Reptar's just going to flash over this wall. They're really looking for the punish here. They might be able to find a Sejuani ultimate coming across a little bit too late. They're going to be able to find the kill now. Golden Champ is the target. He's taking incredibly low. That's a huge amount of damage coming on from Empire for Hire. Mystic Phil is also going to go down as well. The red buff ticking down. And after all that, that is a 3-for-1 in favor of Crab Ducks.
Yeah, so much happened. First of all, bot lane, the Senna was able to just out-damage the Samira, and as well, really crucial flash by the side of the Golden Blade. He was able to just distance himself so far away from the Samira before she was able to get her passive active and be able to use the ultimate. And after that, the range disadvantage from the Samira was just so obvious. I think the Senna got one out attack before the Samira was able to get one. So that was really crucial for that play. And then they secured the kill. They almost, I think they almost couldn't secure. No, they did secure the kill on Boomstick. I was trying to remember if they didn't, but yeah, they secured a 2v2 kill, two 2v2 kills really easily. And then going to topside, I think Ponyboy tried to force so much because Malphite was trying to collapse on that play, but he was very far away. I don't think you would be able to secure that. Oh wait, Ponyboy once again.
Oh yeah, step on me, mommy, and Darth Reptar might be caught out here. That's a huge equalizer. So much damage. You can't get away from that. That is a huge pickup for Ponyboy, and they deny. Oh, they didn't deny. They still do have the Rift Herald. That's a 2-for-0 over on that side of the river.
Yeah, but well, at least for the side of Crab Ducks, they secure the Rift Herald. Oh wait, really good.
Okay, that's okay. There's the headbutt pulverize. That's gonna be the snare in from Lissandra as well. That is so much damage onto Boomstick right there. You can't really stave off that damage too much. And man, I have to give it to TLS Baby Brain. He's been roaming really, really well. This whole match has been basically a menace to Empire for Hire in this mid lane, and basically might be leaving Senna alone, but no, it's not that too bad of a payoff here, as they're now one turret up and all outers finally destroyed after all this time. 18 minutes into this game, that's looking pretty solid for them.
Yeah, and that ripped up. Yeah, they are able to secure the turret, so now they have more space in the map to be able to secure vision. They are putting in topside, maybe waiting for Baron in the coming up minutes, but it's Mountain Soul, so I think both teams really want to secure this because either side that gets the Mountain Soul can deny so much from the other team in 5v5 fights that they want to fight constantly. How we've seen they are fighting constantly, so getting that soul, that extra armor, that extra resistance is so crucial. Whoa, Boomstick.
Yeah, they're going to cut out TLS Baby Brain here. He's taking just a decent chunk of damage here. It looks like we're having just a quick technical issue with one of the players. All right, they're going to be back into this game in just a second.
Yeah, but what I was trying to get is that because of how much fighting they were doing, and they will continue doing, I think the Mountain Soul is just so good for both of these teams. And having both one Drake means that we will most likely see a fight for the third Drake and fourth Drake as well, before they have to give up some because of how the matchup will continue going. But right now, it's Light and Shadow with an advantage, and I think it's not as big, but it can impact in certain points because of how the dynamics of certain champions work. Malphite gets better with more armor, but the reality is that his ultimate is what you want mostly, so it's not going to change much. The same can be said for Lissandra, but oh wait,
Oh
the
yeah,
Golden
they're
Blade.
throwing a bunch of ultimates onto Senna
He
here,
didn't
taking a
get
kind of.
her.
They haven't really been able to do a whole lot of damage. Boomstick being punished underneath that turret once again, being taken incredibly low. And now it's the rest. This is the Shelly here. So it should be looking for more. Empire for Hire looking for something, but
Oh,
that's going to be
Golden
an
Champ.
unstoppable force directly onto the Legendary Pleb. He's going to dash away from the Equalizer as well, but he's still incredibly low. Meanwhile, in the middle of the fight, that's going to be Dusk
Senna's doing
Reptar
so
taken down as they're
much.
trying to CC the whole team. Step on me, mommy. Might be looking to use the safe word as he goes down as well. The Legendary Pleb and Boomstick are able to get away with their lives, but they lost so much, and they're going to lose Drake as well.
Yeah, and right there we see the Light and Shadow teamfight so greatly executed. The Golden Champ just ultimates on top of the Samira so easily. He hits on top of her, and Samira survives. She survived by the threat of the skin, so close to die, but she was out of the fight at that moment. She couldn't do anything, and Senna was posturing so well. The Golden Blade was never a threat of dying, and she was doing so much damage. I think the Nard just died so quickly against the Senna as well as as Boomstick, so they weren't able, never able to get on top of her. The Gwen didn't do almost anything to the Senna in that fight as well. They secured the Drake. They are think they won't secure the story. They are alone. Yeah, they need to go away. They won't secure the story, but they are in a really good position right now. They are 4,000k ahead as well. So their composition that was going to win earlier, I think, needed this kind of advantage to begin ramping up.
Yeah, for sure. And this is now they're now in a pretty commanding lead here, 3.8k gold. Or excuse me. Yeah. It's around there. I can
Yeah.
do basic arithmetic. It's fine. 3.8k gold now separates these two teams. It's a pretty big lead in favor of Light and Shadow here, and it's definitely going to be a hill to climb for the Crab Ducks to get back into this game. As ooh, they might be
Oh
looking for the
no, the
golden
golden
champ
champ.
here.
He
Ooh,
has
that's going
ultimate
to be the Shirelia's popped. That's going to be the additional movement speed. Unstoppable Force is going to get him away, so it looks like he's not going to fall this time as
and
the rest of
flash.
the red team resets here. Yeah,
Yeah,
Flash as well.
the golden champ was a little bit too overextended. I don't think they ever needed to be that death. Rap start. Oh, he's
Okay,
alone.
this is going to be Darth Reptar versus TLS Baby Brain and Pony Boy here. He is pretty far away. Here comes the Equalizer. He's going to use the Stride Breaker to get out of it. Now here comes the Mega Gnar. And meanwhile on the boss side, there's going to be Step On Me Mommy looking for Fist Mystic Phil, and he's going to be able to find the kill, but Golden Blade is still here. The explosive class is going to get them away, and
No, he's
Gnar
still
is
alive.
out here running for his life. He still can't quite get away just yet. And he's going to be just fine as it's. Oh my God,
Will
he's
he?
still running. He's still going.
I think
Man, where's
he's.
the Benny? Can we get the Benny Hill music? Can we get like a royalty-free Benny Hill
Oh,
music here? Pony Boy getting over the wall, still can't quite find Darth Reptar, the slipperiest giant dinosaur you've ever seen. That's gonna be Gnar getting away.
yeah, you could see the rage from the Bunny Boy in that moment when he flashed the wall after using everything to try and kill Dinar and weren't able to get it. But from the side of Crab Dogs, really good pick on the Lissandra. They layer this disease once again really well and they get that pick. I think it wasn't a shutdown, but still really good gold. The Senna from Golden Blade is still almost was able to trade a kill on Step on Me Mommy, dealing so much damage. That Sejuani is not as tanky as you think.
Ooh.
Oh, wait, once again.
Yeah, that's 4 members in this bot lane here of the red team. That's going to be a TP coming in from
Mystic Field
Lissandra
TP.
as well. It wasn't canceled, so it was completed. So that
Yeah.
teleport is going to be down for a while, and that's a pretty big pickup. That I don't even know if the red team know they got that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't because it was on a minion so far away, so they didn't see it. I think still Light and Shadow will secure the turret, although they are getting collapsed. Wait, the Golden
Yeah,
Champ is getting a
Empire,
fight.
Empire for
I
Hire
don't.
just doesn't deal damage on the Golden Champ here. They're just
Oh,
waiting for
Lissandra's
that
still
to
here.
run out.
Yeah.
Okay, Lissandra coming over the wall with
Yeah.
the claw. That's going to be the snare up, and that's going to be the damage. Jeez.
Overkill.
Yeah.
Overkill.
Overkill.
A little too much, but still, they get a
Monster
good.
kill.
Oh,
Okay,
Gage.
wait. We have Ebola, we have a charge, we got some stuns coming in. Golden Blade taking incredibly low. The
Baby
headbutt
Brain.
is going to try to keep Boomstick away. Maybe keep TLS Baby Brain alive for just a little bit longer. It looks like it's going to be pretty successful. Now we got Mega Gnar. And this team is now underneath the turret. That's going to be the equalizer to clear out some minions. Darth Reptar is now taking up the turret, but taking incredibly low. The rest of this team can't quite find the rest of the damage. It's going to be the explosive cast, but it's only going to land on the one person.
Shirellia.
Boomstick trying to use the Shirelia's Reverie to get away. The legendary pleb and Step on Me Mommy still trying to run for their lives here. 4 members of the blue team now around this Baron here. And now, okay, Boomstick's running
Malphite
away as
has
well. They're
ultimate.
still looking for this chase. Can they find it? Doesn't look like
I think
they will
this is
this
good.
time. Okay,
Oh,
wow!
Mystic Field.
Oh my God! Mystic
Yeah.
Phil coming over the wall with a flash, immediate Q and W at the same time. Gonna deal a huge chunk of damage, take out the Samira, and that's a clear go button for this Baron here.
They need to stop there. Oh, wait, Gwen?
Yeah, Empire for Hire doing a decent chunk of
Dead?
damage, gonna be able to find the fight. Gonna be able to find the shutdown
Rumble
on the
is
Senna,
dead
and this
as
is
well.
like a huge turnaround for the red team here. They get another shutdown,
They
but
don't
that's
have
a
his
double kill
mind.
for the Malphite here. Can they find the Baron? And that's gonna be Step on Me Mommy finding the kill here. Can they find the return kill? But that's just going to be one member of the red team with the Baron buff. But what's bigger is that they were able to get 2 kills and steal away the Baron buff.
Yeah, at least they denied so much of the Baron buff from the side of Crab Dogs just by killing so many of their members. The Drake is now up. I think they will be able to secure it, but they still the side of Crab Dogs has a smite, and the side of Light and Shadow doesn't. Well, they should have a smite at least. I don't know how much cooldown is it on, but should be close.
Yeah,
I think if
Sejuani
they
coming in here. TLS Baby Brain taken real low, forced to pop that ultimate. Step on Me Mommy and the Legendary Pleb are here looking for some sort of fight, trying to fight them off the dragon as best they can. But it is a
Mystic
2v3,
Field.
and they do have reinforcements coming through. Mystic Spill,
Oh,
that's a force flash forward, but that is a bad
the ultimate.
champion to flash forward onto. Senna ultimate going to come across as well.
She's dead.
The damage is there. Now Step on Me Mommy is the focus. That Guardian Shield is going to be popped by Alistar here, but Sejuani is so incredibly low here. They're going to be able to land the stun, but the Equalizer is going to come across. Step on Me Mommy can't quite find a path for escape. Empire for Hire is looking for a kill here, but can't quite leave. That's going to be the damage, and she's going to go down as well. Gnar now using the last ditch effort in order to find the Golden Blade, not going to be able to find it, and that's going to be a double kill for the Senna. That's a flash forward from Boomstick. That's going to be the explosive cast, knocking him forward into the Sejuani, but the damage isn't quite there. He's going to get flamethrowered to death, turned into a popsicle, and now Step on Me Mommy has to run away as now the blue team is just like, oh, thanks for the 4 kills. I guess we'll take the dragon and go with it.
Yeah, this fight was so long that Samira is already back up again. I think she will try. Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah, she's looking for the steal, and now
she
she's
did
in the
it.
middle of 4 members here. Can't quite find the damage on the Pony Boy, and this Lissandra just does so much damage. Senna in there to pick up the kill for themselves. 7, 1, and 11 on the Senna. 10, 4, and 9 on Lissandra. Man, this blue team seems unstoppable.
Yeah, and the Golden Blade, I don't like to make it so obvious, but he made so much damage in the last fight. I think if he doesn't, if like we see, if he doesn't die, he will carry the fights by the amount of damage that he will be doing. He's doing so much, and I'm still surprised that this wasn't a fasting Senna, but still Senna just deals so much damage, and he has been able to keep up in collecting souls. He's 78 souls, even though he wasn't fasting, and I think at 28 minutes that's still a good rate of souls to collect, especially just by farming as well. So really good job by him. And I want to make TLS Baby Brain for me
Yeah.
has been so outstanding in the fights. He has controlled so well the spaces that the side of Crab Dogs want to use, and he has saved so many times the Senna that I think he has done such an amazing job so many times.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I totally agree with that as well. He's just been in the right place at the right time. I think his support play has also been like very good for like roaming in that early game as well. Sejuani might be caught out here, but the rest of the blue team doesn't want to engage. There's the pulverize. Can they find the headbutt as well? They can't quite find it, but the damage is good. That's going to be the unstoppable force, and the golden champ is on a rampage. Gragas goes down, and this might be a big push for the blue team here.
Yeah, they have everything to be able to push. Well, they don't have unstoppable force anymore, but still they have a lot to be able to put pressure on the side of Crab Dogs. And Senna right now also has so much distance to be able to cover the rapid fire cannon with the extra range. She will be able. She's doing so much.
Step on Me
Look at
Mommy,
that.
taking so much damage underneath turret. You can't even stop DLS Baby Brain here. So much damage. I don't know if they'll be able to stop this siege.
Oh no.
Ooh, Senna
Yeah.
being able to find that damage as well. Lissandra picking up a kill for themselves as well. Empire for Hire taking incredibly low. Have to use those dashes to get away. Ponyboy flashing forward. That's going to be the kill for Rumble as that last bit of damage comes across. Boomstick now here trying to save the turret for as much as possible. Malphite pushing in the bot lane, by the way. Just want to make sure everyone didn't forget where Malphite was.
Just there doing his
they're
job.
knocking on the Nexus as Malphite's like, no, dude, I'm totally gonna get this inner bot lane turret, dog. We're totally gonna win off of this. I swear to God.
Who will win
And
first?
this is going to be the rest of the team pushing onto the Nexus. And let's see if Malphite is able to get that turret before they kill the Nexus. And it looks like they're gonna get the Nexus before. That's gonna be GG. And game 1 goes
No team
over
play.
to goes over to Light and Shadow.
Yeah, and really well played by them overall. I think they could have just let the Malphite get this tier 2 at that point. It won't change anything. You will still win the game, but please don't make his efforts go to vain. But okay, either
I
way.
want to see if I can rewind just a little bit and see like what HP. Oh, did he get it at exactly the same time? Wait a minute, I need to see.
Okay,
Hold
if
on.
he does,
Hold on. Wait.
then that's great.
I need to this for science, please. For science, please. Okay, where's the? Okay, wait. Make sure that the camera stays on Malphite. Oh, okay. Wait. We need to rewind just a little bit. Hold on.
He failed.
We're so close. He doesn't get the turret. I just want to know what the
Yeah, he
HP
failed.
value is. Okay. We're gonna pause it like right here. Okay.
It's
1,053. Okay, we weren't gonna get it.
no,
It's fine.
fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, yeah. I don't think I thought it was going to be it wasn't going to be something so close. But looking at the stats, Senna so much damage, 28,000. But I'm amazed. I didn't think of this, but Lissandra also 28,000 damage. Fuck.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Style Esports Season 7, Light and Shadow versus Crab Ducks. We are in Game 2, and Light and Shadow is up one game over their opponents. And we are now pretty deep into Phase 1 of Picks and Bans.
Yeah.
My name is Shinkari, and I'm joined once again by TDS, and we're ready to get this game underway.
Yeah, and so are Crab Ducks and Light and Shadow. Banning the Senna, they clearly don't want to fight against that. But whoa, instantaneous Taric pick. They didn't wait a minute for that.
Yeah,
Kind of interesting. I think Taric is a good pick overall. She's not a bad support, but I it's kind of in the same vein as Samira last game. You don't
yeah,
first pick it. You wait till something
yeah,
to see what else can come through. Because Braum is a good pick against Taric as well, and Braum can go. It can have a really good matchup, especially with a good AD carry to put pressure on the Taric early on. Then it's going to be harder for him to be able to scale and do what he wants later on, but his ultimate would get a lot of value, and just like that, Tristana. I think, yeah, that's a kill
yeah.
lane.
That's a really, really powerful lane for sure. I mean, it also
Oh,
shuts down Lucian being locked in very, very quickly for the Crab Ducks
yeah.
here, and Diana being locked in as well. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Whole lots of burst damage the Crab Ducks have drafted here.
Yeah, and I also think I like the Diana going with the Taric because of the delivery stun system that they have. The Lucian as
Hmm.
well can work in the same vein, so at least there's kind of a good idea on how to move around the Taric stun. And Xinjiao as an answer to the Diana. Okay, I haven't seen
Yeah,
him in so long, but I think he's a good fighter early on, and he can
yeah,
put pressure on Diana. Even if the later stages of the game, Diana may do more burst damage, the value from the Xinjiao ultimate is going to be huge in fights. And I think with those bursty type of champions, he can also do a lot of damage to them and eliminate them from the fight. So I like the pick. I want to see if it works really well against Diana or not, but I'm still excited to see it.
yeah, for sure. I mean, we haven't seen Shin Zhao in so long because
Yeah,
he's the type of champion that early game wants to go maybe buff and gank just because his level 2 and level 3 are quite powerful with the amount of slows and the amount of and the knockups that he has as well, and as well as the hard engage. So he's a very, very strong champion for sure. And seeing him come out finally, like after all this time, like I think this might be the meta where we see champions like Shin Zhao just a little bit more often. We did see Rumble in the previous game and Sejuani as well. Also
yeah.
champions that, don't need to hyper farm, but have these kind of strong level 2, level 3 ganks.
Yeah, and I like you said, I hope this can bring forth more new champions in the jungle meta because it was getting kind of stale. And one of
Yeah.
the things that Xin Zhao, although the champions against him got indirectly got nerfed and some indirect hits, he was getting indirect he was getting buffs and changes in previous patches, and I think
Hmm.
getting that plus the other champions being affected kind of pushes him upwards in tier lists. Although I still don't know his power level in comparison to other champions. In
Yeah.
this kind of level, I think comfort with the champion as well as what you want to do, what you want to try and play for, can be more impactful than the actual jungler's level in a tier list. So
Hmm.
I think the Xinjiao can work for that. The Zed pick, I think it's a good top laner right now. He fights really well against most top laners, but Idaoi is the top laner you don't ever want to fight. I think it's kind of the most hated top laner to fight against just because of
Yeah.
what the tentacles can do in lane and how much pressure she can put on. And Kale, once I haven't seen a Kale in so long, but I think it meshes well with the Cherry. And you have now two ultimates that can give you invulnerability to just dive in and try to survive. And that's something that I think Inaoi loves to have.
Yeah, for sure. I think my only question now is where is this Kale going?
I
Um,
think
I
it's
think
mid
that's
lane.
my biggest question here
Yeah.
because like if Kale is going mid, that's not the greatest lane for Kale to be in. We talk about how
Yeah.
easy it is to shut down Kale early, and sure, giving her a short lane could be good for her, but there are so many avenues into mid lane that you can gank and cut her out of the lane that it just is really, really hard for her to really get a footing in the mid lane. And maybe Alawi goes mid and Kale goes top, in which case, what is the Alawi versus obviously Alawi versus Set might be fine. right? But that's another lane
Yeah.
where you have like a relatively immobile champion in a lane that has a lot of entryways into it for ganks.
Yeah, it's kind of in that regard, it's kind of hard for both champions because I don't think either really wants to go mid lane. Like you say, Kale becomes really susceptible from being in mid lane because of how many places she can get ganked on, but also because she may like going mid lane just because mid lane is such a short lane, so she has easier access to the turret. So at least in that regard, she will be safer. Ilaoi, I think, would not want to go mid lane just because the tentacle spawn rate is, I think, harder from mid lane, and the angles that the tentacles can get spawning are not as useful as in top lane, as the ones in top lane. So that also affects the way that you kind of play that matchup. In
Mm-hmm.
regards to direct matchups with Ilaoi and Kale, I think Ilaoi is like we said, good against Zed, but Mordekaiser is a good matchup against Ilaoi.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're seeing that they are going to send the Mordekaiser against Dilaoi. Mordekaiser can answer and fight Dilaoi
Yep.
when he hits level 6. He can cancel. I think we've seen this before that the level 6 ultimate from Mordekaiser sends Ilaoi away from her tentacles, so her fighting power is less there. So he gets an edge in that area fighting against Ilaoi. And on mid lane again, Zed will not suffer against the Kale, but Kale will also not suffer much against the Zed unless she misplace it really hardly. Especially if you get to level 6, I think Kale will just have a really easy time. But overall, I think I'm favoring more the composition from Light and Shadow, and I think they have more of a clear idea. They have a really good advantage in bot lane. I think they have a good advantage in top lane, and I think mid lane is kind of neutralizing itself. And jungle, I'm not sure how the dynamics work, but I think Xinjiao will try to put a lot of pressure early on. So
Yeah.
I think if they are able to get an advantage before the 15-minute mark, they should be able to just coast the game. But still, I think they still have a lot of leeway to be able to play in the later stages of the game, even if they don't get a massive advantage at the start.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is certainly an interesting team on both sides.
Yeah,
We talked about. I think we talked briefly about like where's the Kale going. Is Kale really going to have an easy time here? But I don't think. I think we don't really. I don't think we really touched on one particular fact. Um, Tarek and Kale together means that
yeah,
at least three targets are getting invulnerable
yeah.
ultimates.
Yeah, and that's something that Ilaoi, like I think Ilaoi, one of her main weaknesses is trying to
Hmm.
get on top of certain champions and then surviving long enough that she can deal the damage that she wants to deal. So
Right.
now you have two chances to survive long enough so
Yep.
that you can get on top of the Tristana, on top of the Zed, on top of the Xinjiao, and
Yep.
use your ultimate and just hit them with tentacles till they are dead.
Yeah.
So that's something really important. The problem would be trying to get to that point where those ultimates matter that much,
Yeah.
because if in the early stage of the game where the cooldowns are longer and for example the Taric takes more time to reach level 6, so
Yep.
it's going to be kind of a race against time in how longer they take to get to that point where they can fight with the invulnerability being as impactful as it should be, in comparison to just fighting head on and trying to win through that before the invulnerability becomes a real important factor.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it is going to be something to watch. I mean, the team comp that the Crab Ducks have drafted here is a super late game comp. We need the items on Alawi in order to actually get that 1v5 powerhouse. We need Tarek in order to be scaling up with these levels in order to get to the true healing capacity that he can get. Kale needs to be hitting these levels, and Diana needs to be getting these items as well. It seems like the only champion that seems to be good early is Lucian.
It's Lucian, yeah.
Yeah.
But sadly for Lucian, he's going against another good champion that can fight early game, which is the Tristana.
Yep.
And I think this goes more into matchup in the sense that this doesn't work the same in mid lane, because I think in mid lane probably Tristana would have a little bit of an edge just because of how the bomb works. But Lucian can also outplay that matchup. But here, because it's Braum against Sari, if the Braum gets a Q on you, I think Lucian is dead.
Yeah.
The Tristana damage on top of the Lucian, he will just get exploded, and it's kind of hard to outplay that with a Taric, even if he has heals, even if he has stuns. The output damage from Tristana with the secure stun from the Braum, I think it's going to be too much. And Braum is also really good against Lucian because he can deny so much damage from him with the
Yep.
shield that you pretty much will lose almost every trade if you try to go head on with that.
Yeah, for sure. But with that, we are going to take just a quick break, and when we come back, let's see if the late game miracle, the late game dream, will
The
be
Kale
here
Dream.
for Crab Ducks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Style Esports Season 7. We are on the Rift with Light and Shadow versus Crab Ducks Game 2, and it is on Crab
Oof.
Ducks to turn this game into a Game 3. An early invade by the red side is going to cause them a little. It's going to be interrupted by a pretty well placed ward by the blue team here.
Yeah, I think they expected this coming to the
Mhm.
game. They put the ward in that position, knowing that they may try for that, and really well done. They denied that play. Almost, I think if they get this ward, it's also good to deny the vision on the Diana so that they can stop them from knowing where she wants to tramp at. But I think it's pretty much telegraph that she's going to start from the red. And once again, in these two games, we have seen red side
Yeah,
start with with an invade to try and get something from the start, and both times it has failed, sadly. But I
yeah.
like these adaptations from teams trying to go for something out of the norm and trying to make advantage early on.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's definitely really, really good here because the level one for crab ducks here not so great. I mean, if you're
Yeah.
able to catch someone out, you're able to accelerate your own team a little bit further. And this is crab ducks have drafted a team that wants this game to go about 30 minutes plus. And if you're able to end it at 20 because you got something snowballing at level one, then that's huge.
Yeah, and that would be the
Oh, yeah, that's going to be the Q landing on the bottom side there. Meanwhile, on the top lane, the Golden Champ already flexing that level 1 muscle over Alawi here. She doesn't have all of her abilities. She can't really fight back as well as to Mordekaiser.
yeah, and ooh, early level 2. That's going to be impactful.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay,
Pumsi.
here comes me the level 2. The stun is going to be dodged. That's going to be dash forward from the Legendary Pleb here, doing a decent chunk of damage on the Golden Blade here. Can't quite find the return damage just yet, but, you know, that's still level 2 in the favor of the blue team here.
Yeah, the early level 2 is so important to get, and yeah, now they can fight in equal ground, but close, nice attempt by the side of Legendary Pleb and Boomstick. If they get that stun, then Tristana can die. The Braum would not be able to protect her, and she will most likely end up dying. They don't have exhaust either, so the damage from Lucian will come through 100%, although through the heal at least, but yeah. And top lane, now the trades are going in favor. Oh,
Ooh, that's a great two-man stun here by the Taric. Both of them are about 50% HP. Looks like they can't really find a place to collapse just yet, as they're in the river a little bit. I think they might have spotted out Xin Zhao in their jungle. Not entirely sure, but Xin Zhao
maybe?
is definitely coming for this
Oh,
game.
gank. Yeah, Diana is
Okay.
posturing top side.
Yeah, Diana is ushering around the side here. Okay,
Ooh.
that's going to be the flash, the face breaker. That's going to be the wind becoming
Oh,
lightning. And since that's challenged, that's a very long range
she's dead.
dash. And that's going to be Xin Zhao picking up first blood in the mid lane. That is huge.
Yeah, and really well done by the Shinjao right there, Ponyboy. He got the W, but waited for the kill to flash to be able to follow it up, and that's how you want to play that with that skill to be able to get as much value as that before the flash comes through. But maybe now the side of Trapdogs want to dive with Mordekaiser. There's a huge wave top. There's a wave top at least,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
he's
Golden
low.
Champ is incredibly low too. Step on me, mommy is looking for something here. The grab is not going to
Oof.
be good, but the dash will be. Step on me, mommy is going to use that opportunity to dash to the end of the wave, and they're going to be able to get away. Mystic Phil might look for something, but that TP is just to stop anything else from happening. Was a little late, so don't think they're going to be able to get a kill off of that.
Yeah, and I think right there, Golden Champ misplayed. He needed to wait a little bit before actually using his stun to be able to actually play it. He tried to predict them diving, but if he waits a little bit longer, I think he has more ability to play around it. A good trade by the
Yeah,
Frapster. Ouch.
Darth
Dark
Reptar
Frapster.
showing off
Oh,
why I
wait.
don't like Alawi, but you know, Mystic Phil doing a good job of coming back in and punishing as much as possible, and really, really taking Alawi low here. And
I,
yeah, that's one of the reasons why Alawi is really annoying to lane against. She can just pull out your soul and start DPSing the soul, and you start taking damage. And you have to take like a real disadvantage sometimes in order to get it. Okay, the stun is good on the bottom side. The Golden Blade
oh,
gonna hop
jump.
over the wall, gonna look for the damage onto the Golden Blade, but it looks like they've swapped sides onto the Boomstick here. The Golden Blade is taken incredibly low here. There's gonna be the stun, the flash.
Heal.
Can the Boomstick find the last bit of damage? He is going to, but he's taking so much damage from the turret. He's gonna have to back away. His TLS Baby Brain doesn't quite have the damage. The Pony Boy, though, is gonna come in for the sweep, and it's gonna be a 2-for-2 in the bottom lane.
Yeah, they got 2 kills. At least both sides get the kill, so it's not as bad for this side of Light and Shadow. But I think it was a really big misplay by the side of Golden Blade. He
Mm-hmm.
goes for the bump on Lucian and then ignores the damage on Lucian to go for the stun on the Taric. And because of that, a lot of they were both splitting damage on both targets. So not the burst from Tristana wasn't going to be utilized correctly in that sense, and because of that, the damage didn't come through fully. But really good response by Ponyboy, once again being in the correct time, in the correct place at the correct time. He's able to get a really good answer kill. He's now 2-0 with the Dark Carpet, so he's able to answer really well. Oh, Ilaoi. But Mordekaiser is getting
Taking
good
so
trades.
much damage here, yeah. Gonna deal a decent chunk of damage onto the soul of Golden Champ, but it's not so much damage as Mordekaiser has been doing to this Alawi here. On the bot lane, that's going to be the Taric stun coming across. They're only going to be able to find it onto Braum, though. Here comes the shield. He's going to block up a bit of the damage, but he's just going to back away. Darth Reptar, once again, still looking for these fights. Oh, man, that's so much damage onto the Mordekaiser soul. Might be able to kill it, and that's gonna make Mordekaiser's life just a little bit more annoying. Ooh, that's a good stun on Tristana. You can use that opportunity to kill a ward.
Yeah, but they know that. I think they know that said, okay, they don't know.
Oh, yeah, they
Taric,
definitely don't know.
is
That's
dead?
going to be the Golden Blade hop over the wall. The bomb is
Ouch.
there as well. The face breaker is going to be able to find the kill. That's a 1-for-0 in the bot
Oh.
lane. Meanwhile, the Golden Champ is going to pull Darth Reptar into the Shadow Realm, but you're not trapped in here with me. I'm not trapped in. You're trapped in here with me. Alawi with the huge ultimate is going to be able to find the kill on a Mordekaiser in the top lane, 1-for-1 across the map.
Yeah, and that's what you want to do as a Mordekaiser, but you have to do it after she ultimates to get the full value from that. Because if if she gets ultimate by the Mordekaiser before, then the tentacles will follow her. She will get full value from her tentacles, and you will die like what just happened. I think Mordekaiser was able to trade good enough with Darth Reptar in the Laoi, but he took so much damage from the Ilaoi to that at the end of the day just
Yeah,
took away
Pony
from his
Boy.
health, and then he couldn't fight.
Yeah, he's gonna land the ultimate here. Gonna knock Empire for higher, but wait, he's gonna force to use the
Oh,
Kale ultimate here, but the face breaker is good. Mystic Phil's gonna pick up another kill onto the Kale in the mid lane.
and this is what they need to do. They need to put this kind of pressure on the Kale so that she doesn't become a factor later on. Yes, she has a CS advantage on the set, but that doesn't matter if she's dead most of the time.
Yeah.
Then the CS advantage would not work. And right there, they wait for the ultimate. Oh, Diana, step on my
Yeah,
mom.
Diana's coming in. She's going to be able to find the ultimate, but that's going to be Mystic Phil maybe suplexing in the wrong direction. The showstopper is going to stop his show this time. A shutdown going on to Diana, and that's pretty big.
Yeah, one of the members you don't have to, you don't want them to have gold on. And I
Mhm.
think Mystic Field tried to suplex away from the turret, but missed position right there. He suplexed into the turret, and because of that, he wasn't able to survive.
Yeah, and that's actually a pretty big. That's actually a pretty big loss for him right there, because now he couldn't really capitalize on the fact of Kale being basically having the lane to himself. Kale is now level 7, meaning that she is ranged now, so
Yeah.
it'll be a little bit harder for Set to farm, even though you should be having the advantage.
Yeah, and that kill as well also puts the Kale on a more relaxed spot because
Hmm.
the deaths that she took were going to make her time going to mid game harder. But if the Diana gets kills, then you can make the transition easily because now someone else will be able to help you get to that point.
Yeah, for sure. The Rift Herald was picked up by the blue side by Crab Duck, so they are going to have that available to them. They have been doing a pretty good job across both games of securing that particular objective. See if they're able
Yeah.
to do anything off of it. The stun's no good from Tarek. Let's see the rest of the map though.
Good Q, yeah. And yeah, going to the point of the Herald, they have been able to secure the Herald both games. And also the Drake this time around Ponyboy gets it, but I think overall Step on Me Mommy has had a really good read on where to be on the map to secure certain objectives. Oh, botlane, really got a
Ooh,
stun.
yeah, that's a huge double stun. The Golden Blade taken incredibly low here. The Legendary Plug can't find the right damage. That's going to be the Culling coming out. The TLS Baby Brain body blocking as much as possible. Meanwhile, in the top lane, this is going to be the Golden Champ and Ponyboy diving
Oh, nice.
onto the Alawi. Even though she got a good ultimate, she can't quite find the healing. She can't quite find the damage. She's going to go down. Mordekaiser is going to pick up a good chunk of change for himself and finally put himself on the scoreboard.
Yeah, oh, the golden
Oh
moment.
yeah, here comes Step on Me Mommy, gonna
Good
deal a
jump.
decent chunk of damage, diving
Oh,
immediately
no.
for the Golden Blade here. That's gonna be the ultimate coming across. That's gonna be the damage to find it. Can they find the damage on the TLS Baby Brain? Red buff is ticking! Double kill! Step on Me Mommy, jeez. Oh.
Yeah. Okay. You did step on them. That's true.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, going to the play on top lane. This time around, the Golden Champ gets the ultimate after the Laoi uses her ultimate, so the full value is through. She doesn't get the value from her ultimate, and then she dies. And into bot lane, before the two kills happen, the legendary pleb dashes in with the stun from boosting, and that's one of the things that makes this combo good in the sense that because of that, he's able to deliver the stun and get the full damage. I think if they are able to time this around, then they can outplay the lane more. I thought this was going to be more favorable for the side of Tristan and Braum, but I think I've been totally. I think I misconstructed that because the
Ooh, Empire for Hire, yeah, it's really bullying Mystic Phil here. Something
yeah.
I thought, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, we both thought was going to be the complete opposite here. Meanwhile, Shin Zhao and Braum are fighting out the blue side here, but there's going to be Lucian joining the fight as well. The challenge is going to come across, but can they fight the damage? The Golden Blade is now coming in from the side, but it looks like their targets are split, and they're all over the place, so they're all going to be backing away as Diana might find Shin Zhao in her own jungle here.
Nah, good,
So he's just
good
going to back away.
Oracle lens.
Yeah.
With that, he's able to deny that. But they try to force that play over there when they don't have any mid prior. Mystic Phil had to run away because the Kale was putting pressure on them. And yeah, like what you were saying, yeah, Seth should have pressure on the Kale before level 6. I think after level 6, she can have so much pressure just because of how she works. And I think also Mystic Phil has misplayed this in how he plays around the minions to be able to secure stuns as well as damage on top of the Kale. So that can also affect the matchup. But I think Kale overall has played it in the correct manner as well as said. It's just that, oh, wait.
Oh yeah,
Golden
Boomstick
Blade.
might be
He
caught
gets
out a
stunned.
little bit too far, but no, that's going to be the stun on the Golden Blade, dealing a
Okay,
huge
they
chunk
forced
of
it to
damage.
be.
The follow-up from Lucian as well. Mystic Phil is on the side, but here comes the teleport in from Empire for hire. There's going to deal a decent chunk of damage. The Haymaker Punch comes across, but that's not going to be enough to finish off anyone. The Golden Blade is still far away. Find any follow-up damage, and that's a 1-for-0 in favor of the Crab Ducks.
Yeah, Light and Shadow this time around are overstepping. Oh,
Oh, yeah, this Lucian definitely
Xinjiao.
really scary. Here comes Ponyboy
Nice.
in from the side here. That's going to be the Braum ultimate as well. Ponyboy walking away from this huge Taric ultimate, but he's taken so incredibly low. He's finally going to go down. And this is going to be Darth Reptar versus the Golden Champ onto the top side here. Neither of them wants to press their button on their ultimate just quite yet. So they're going to back away as the blue team continues to push damage onto this turret. Teleport coming down from Set.
Whoa.
That's going to be the Stride Breaker 4. That's going to be the Face Breaker. They're looking for something here. The Showstopper
I
is
think
going
that
to
killed
mount.
Tristana.
Diana into the middle of the team is going to get Diana killed. Going to get Tristana killed, and Braum is going to get killed as well. But Diana is finally going to go down, but it was a 1-for-2. It was really not in their favor.
Yeah, and I think Mystic Field with the Showstopper actually kills the Tristana because he sends the Diana on top of her, and that kind of deals enough damage to be able to just kill her. But at least I think he gets two shutdowns from the Lucian and the Diana. Not sure on the Lucian side, but he gets the shutdown on the Diana, so that's at least a little bit of gold going into there. Going then into a previous fight, the Taric has been so effective this game. I didn't expect him to be. Oh, he's dead.
Oh, yeah, that's a great stun on the Mystic Phil. The shield is going to keep him alive for just
Yeah.
a little bit longer. Going to try to find and make a 1-for-1 as best he can. But he's just going to go down at the end of all that. Meanwhile, the Golden Champ and Darth Reptar once again fighting 1v1 in this top lane. That's all this top lane seems to be. And both of them are too scared to press their ultimates before the other one. And that's going to be a losing
Yeah.
move for Darth Reptar here, as immediately he's pulled into the Shadow Realm. And just like you said, those tentacles can't do anything. The Golden Champ going to be able to pick up a kill for himself, but now he's got Alawi stats, and this is Step on Me Mommy coming in from the jungle. Can he quite find the kill? Step on Me Mommy is so healthy, but that's going to be the burn damage from what I can only assume is Scorch. Going to be able to find the kill on the Golden Champ here.
Yeah, I think it was also the Leeching Leer, maybe the enough damage from there as well. But something killed him, certainly. But once again, I think we're seeing what the matchup is developing into with the Mordekaiser. Ooh, Tristana needs to be careful now. She doesn't have jump. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be the legendary play. Immediately dashing in. TVS Baby Brain going to be the target now as he dashes just a little too far forward. The culling is going to get blocked up here. The Golden Blade going to swap onto the other side to block up some damage for his support. But it's still just so much damage that this Lucian is dealing, and not a whole lot that Braum can tank up.
Yeah, and this is going back to a point I think I tried to make before, that I thought, oh, Showstopper.
Oh, yeah. Showstopper, Mystic Phil going to pull Kale back underneath. He's taking incredibly well. The Haymaker is going to be able to find the kill. Mystic Phil for another kill onto the Kale.
Yeah, Empire for Hire, I think, didn't have ultimate at that point, so he wasn't able to do it because I thought he was like me that didn't expect that much damage, but he didn't have ultimate, so it's okay. And going once again to the point to finish the point with the Lucian and Taric, I think I misread this matchup and I thought it was going to be worse. Oh wait, Darth Reptar. There's no
Reptar,
ultimate.
That's going to be the Alawi ultimate coming across. The tentacles are just slamming, doing so much damage. Darth Reptar, I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going. Darth Reptar is going to pick up the kill on the Mordekaiser.
Yeah, and he took the correct point to fight because there was no ultimate on Mordekaiser, so the ultimate was going to be able to be on full effect and deal as much damage as possible. Nice straight kill. Now I think this matchup is going to be more of a who cannot play who. I think Mordekaiser still should be able to win it just because of how his ultimate will work, but still it's nice to see Darth Reptar outplaying the Mordekaiser and getting an advantage there. I think he was going to get it because he's an Elaoi, but still really well done by him. And finally, to finish my point on the Lucian Taric, I misread that matchup. I thought it was going to be worse, but the Lucian and the Taric has been so good. The Lucian can win the matchup alone. If he's able to deliver the stun, then Tristana will be left vulnerable. And if he gets the Braum as well, then the Braum shield will not get as much value as it can get. So I think overall, maybe this is really well thought. I didn't expect that, but I really like that matchup, how it's been going. And Tristan is alone.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, Tristana's jump is going to get interrupted by the Diana ultimate. Now the rest of the red team is going to try to peel for her as much as they can. The
oh
blue team
no.
has collapsed. Oh no, Ponyboy is now in the middle of the team. Forced to use his ultimate as well. TLS Baby Brain is gonna peel as well. The flash over the wall, and finally they get out A-OK as they now start to walk towards this top lane turret here.
Yeah, that right there was almost a top 10 anime betrayal right there from the side of Baby Brain. He pushed Shinjao away from his team onto the enemy team. He almost died. Thank God it didn't happen. I would be so tilted if I was him. But really good. I think overall, Crab Dogs has a really good control of the map, and they have been able to collapse really well to most of the plays. The Diana is such a menace that if she gets on top of the Tristana next time, she will be able to burst it out. Oh, Mystic Field.
Oh
So
yeah,
much
he's doing
damage.
so much damage for Empire for Hire here. I don't think he has. Oh
Oof.
yeah, he's gonna force the ultimate here. That is a huge resource the blue team doesn't have now. They're diving forward, trying to get on a Ponyboy here, but that's a good shield coming down from Baby Brain. Can they find the follow-up damage? Darth Reptar taking a lot of damage, but that damage from the bomb is gonna get nullified by the Taric ultimate. The rest of the team is here. They can't quite find the last bit of siege that they can do. Meanwhile, Set just continuing to push onto this top lane turret here, but he doesn't have a wave, so he's gonna have to back away.
Yeah, at least that pressure that Set is putting on the side lane can keep. Oh,
Oh yeah, Mystic Phil getting onto Empire for Hire here. Got it underneath
whoa!
turret. There's the
There's no
showstopper
ultimate.
again.
Yeah,
The Haymaker punch. The shield is good as well. He's gonna be able to
and
find the
TP out.
kill on the Gale, and now he's teleporting, making sure he definitely gets back to base. Gonna teleport and then back.
Yeah, there's your style points right there.
Oh man, yeah, that. Yeah, you see, you can't call it style points because then people get confused with the points that we have for chat.
So what should we
What do they
call it?
call? We call them flare points then.
Flare.
What do we call them?
Gucci points.
Gucci points? Okay, you know
Yeah,
what?
right there.
I can work with Gucci points. I think
Gucci
Gucci
points
points
right
works.
there. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
really good Gucci points for
Yeah, yeah,
Mystic
yeah,
Field for
yeah, yeah.
that TP out.
How many Gucci points are you giving Set for 1v1ing the Kale, then teleporting back to his mid inhibitor turret in order to back?
How much can we give? I think 10 should be the maximum. The
Yeah,
maximum.
yeah, yeah.
Max.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. The scaling is 1 to 10. How many Gucci points are you giving Set for that play?
I would give him 7.5.
7
7.5,
and a
8.
half. Okay, we're going
Yeah.
into decimals. Okay, cool. 7.5. Yeah.
7.5, 8. If you don't like decimals, okay, 8. 8 is okay for me.
No,
I can
I'm
live
not
with
saying
8.
I dislike or like them. I'm just saying I'm just trying to understand what the scale looks like.
Oh, okay.
How many
Uh,
decimals deep do you think we should go? Do you think we should just stay at 1, or should we go to like 2 or 3 decimals deep? Yeah, yeah,
7.999999999 like that.
yeah. Never
I
gonna
think
get the 8, just 7.9
yeah,
repeating.
yeah.
It's like
That
it's like
gives
the
more
professor
accurate.
that doesn't round up.
That is a more accurate assessment of the player.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
For
but
sure.
going back into the game.
Yeah, they're just setting up around Baron. Just a whole lot of wards being traded back and forth. As teams are trying to deny vision around this very, very important buff. Crab Ducks are posturing for at least a team fight here. They are pretty far ahead. So if they do want to go for a fight, I think it would be pretty favorable for them. Mordekaiser is in the bot lane, and he does need something to teleport to, and there's not a whole lot of wards on the red team for him
Yeah,
to
and
teleport to. So
that
should be
control that they
interesting to see.
have. Oh, that control that they have will secure them the Baron. They can do it quick, and the enemy doesn't have any vision. I think Light and Shadow needs to get a ping. Yeah, they need
Yeah.
something. Goes to there.
Tristana's mid. They can't really. Okay, Ponyboy's gonna dash in. He's gonna look for the steal. He's been able to do it before, but this time he's not gonna be able to do it. Blue team's gonna be able to secure, and that's gonna be the start of the fight. The Braum ultimate is gonna come across, but Mystic Phil is taken incredibly low. The knockup is gonna save him this time. The Golden Blade is gonna dash away. Mordekaiser is gonna pick up their consolation prize, the turret in the bot lane, but that is not gonna be enough in order to stop this, which is probably going to be a gigantic push into their base.
And they can. There are 2 members dead, and they don't have really good wave clear with the Tristana. Really, Ponyboy was so close to getting that Baron steal, but the Diana waited till the end, and she was Esteban Umami was able to secure the Baron. With that, they are going to get this inhibitor, and they can try to push even further. They have Taric ultimate. They won't, but they have Taric ultimate, so that could work. One of the things I think we didn't mention much is that it's an Ocean Soul. So you will
Yeah.
have a Taric with Ocean Soul as that will make your team invulnerable, as well as a Kale with Ocean
Mhm.
Soul. So it's going to
Yeah.
get this can just get harder and harder for you the longer the game goes on, just because
Yeah, for
it's not
sure.
only a scaling composition but also a really good scaling Drake.
I mean, not to mention that like a lot of Tarek's most recent buffs, he did receive like a slight buff in the most recent patch. It was buffing to his heals. So that's going to mean, I believe it was a buff to the mana cost or maybe the amount of healing. But either way, there's going to be more healing coming across from this Tarek as well. So having that Ocean Soul on top of Tarek healing is gigantic.
Yeah, luckily for the side of Light and Shadow, oh, they may get this pick.
Oh, yeah, that's Darth Reptar taken incredibly low here. The blue team can't quite answer. The stun doesn't come across. The teleport is coming down from Mordekaiser now. They have to look for something. They are a man up. They might want to start this fight sooner rather
Oh,
than later. Darth Reptar taken incredibly low here, but that's a huge Alawi ultimate going to take down two members. The Diana is now in the back lane. The Golden Blade taken incredibly low, and they find the last bit of damage thrown down onto the Alawi. The Golden Champ is amongst 1v4 here, but he can't stay alive for that much longer. Tristana trying to back in the last bit of bush here. The Calling's going to come across. That shield is not going to protect you this time. The Golden Blade is going to be the last to fall. The Ace coming across, the teleport coming in from Kale, the Dragon coming in for the blue team, and this might be GG.
and I think it pretty much is, like you were saying, such a great ultimate from the ally right there. Darth Reptar, the timing on that ultimate was so good that Mystic Phil went through without taking the Illaoi away, and I think if he takes the Illaoi away, then the fight can look different. But because he didn't, the Illaoi was still in place, and the damage from her was so much. Even if the Mordekaiser ultimate came through, I think it came through later than the ultimate went through, so the damage still went through. And the Taric ultimate was so effective. The KO had the space to be able to deal damage from afar, and the Diana was able to also deal a lot of damage. So I think overall that last team fight was played really well. The game overall from Crabdogs really different from the previous one. The bot lane had so much pressure this time around that it was able to just go through different parts of the game, being able to still keep up that pressure in every place. In the mid lane, they were able to take the turret via that pressure that they had bot lane. The Diana was also able to get some kills here and there, and with that, she was able to secure a 9-1 score line. And I think she dealt a lot of damage. Yeah, the most damage on her team. So much damage from the Diana coming through. And the Laoi, even though she died sometimes, she was still also putting pressure on the Mordekaiser, and she was able to take the turret before the Mordekaiser. So I think overall the three lanes had so much impact. The kill maybe a little less than everyone else, but the two side lanes and the jungler had so much pressure this time around that the side of Light and Shadow couldn't get anything from the map, and then just eventually bleed out and died in the game.
Yeah, for sure. And once again, like I think I want to give it to the support player once again. Uh Luckily, no one here knows what position I play, so they can't say I'm biased. Um, I think Boomstick really played out of his mind this game, and the Tarek pick with along with the Lucian was really paired together. I think kind of well. I think
Yeah,
he played Tarek very well and was, I don't want to say he was ahead, but he definitely was playing this champ really well. The stuns were incredible. The ultimate timing was very good as well. That's a thing that's very hard to do for some folks who are just picking up Tarek. But for the
yeah.
most part, really well played by Boomstick. Really got to hand it to him for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like Boomstick deserves the MVP. Credit to the legendary play as well. I think he also played the lane well. I think he delivered some stuns really well, but I think overall Boomstick was the one that stood out most for me in that
Hmm.
regard. And I want to see now a battle of the supports in the last game.
Yep.
I want to see what else can they pull off, because I really like TLS's Baby Brain Alistar. I think he had some really good engages, some really good answers, and some really good peels for the AD carry. And this time around, Boomstick, I think he had some really good stuns. The heals were clutch, and like you said, the ultimates were clutch. He had really good
Yep.
timings on them, and it's not easy. I also think
Yep.
this game, the level 1 and level 2 from the bot lanes decided a lot of how the matchup went. So
Hmm.
maybe that changes in the next games. A bot lane that can secure an early level 2 or something like that can get an advantage and then push through with that advantage. So it's going to be interesting to see if they make adaptations with that in mind.
Yeah, for sure. But with that, we are going to take just a quick break. And when we come back, it's going to be Light and Shadow versus Crab Ducks. Game 3. Break out that silver scrapes. We might have a reverse sweep in our hands right here. Don't go anywhere. This is a match to watch. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Style Esports Season 7. My name is Shinkari. I'm joined once again by TDS, and we are in Game 3 of Light and Shadow versus Crab Ducks. All the money's on the table, all the chips are in, and it comes down to this one final game to see who decides this match.
Yeah, and like you said, the deciding match and kind of interesting Light and Shadow banning AD carries against Scrapdog, so maybe they are afraid of that.
Mhm.
But most importantly, I feel like banning Jinx on blue side as well as Varus means that you probably cannot play it, or you feel
Yeah.
like you trade either of those, you're just going to lose the game, and you have something that you don't want to play against those champions. So it's kind of interesting from Light and Shadow, those two bans, especially coming first. Morgana here is kind of a standard, but also coming from blue side. So I feel like it just tells us that they cannot play this.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, the Light and Shadow's bans have not changed throughout the entire series. There's been the same 3 champions banned every single game. And to give Crab Ducks a little bit of the benefit here, they also have banned basically the same champions every single match. The only difference is that they banned Hecarim in game 1 and then Senna for game 2 and now game 3 as well. But Swain and Yasuo have been the same throughout this entire series.
Yeah, and I like these small adaptations, like you were talking about Senna coming and now because of what happened in game one for the Hecarim, and those are the things that kind of make a really big impact. Like the Tarek right now, I think taking away from first of all Light and Shadow, taking away the Diana, I think it's a really good jungler, and it can still be a flex going to mid lane, so it's still good to have it in consideration. And the Taric by Crabdogs, I think it was really good in the first game. I'm I'm not sure if this time around it's not going to be able to get countered, but still it was a really good showing, so I like they still keep it up. The Bolivar, I'm not sure if it's a really good answer to the Diana, but it's still a really good tank. I think it's still a viable champion to go for, and he can be a deceptively really good tank against certain compositions. The Kaisa, I think I haven't seen a Kaisa in no, I'm not going to say a long time, but a little time after what has happened in botlane. I think some other champions began surfacing, and she just went down in power because of nerfs as well as the power dynamics in botlane. So it's nice seeing her back, and with Alistar, a really good champion. And we're seeing TLS baby Brain once again on that Alistar that I think impressed us both in the first game.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that that's a really good adaptation here. I think with the 80 carries banned, with Senna, Jinx, and Varus gone, I think Kaisa is possibly the best champion that they have available left. If Light and Shadow is like, hey, I don't think we really like the Tristana pick from the previous game, if we take that off the table as well, we still have Kaisa. Folks have still been playing Kaisa to obviously less
Yeah.
um success than what she was in the beginning of season 11, but she is still a pretty favorable a pretty good champion depending on who you pair her with and how the person piloting the Kaisa plays.
Yeah, certainly. Like one of the good things I think about the way that they've treated Kaisa is that they took power away, but I think she's still playable enough, and she can be a viable AD carry in certain situations. Like you said here, banning 380 carries. Maybe she's not the top priority, but she's still really good. And the Ash response, I'm kind of interesting this time around. I think Lucian was still a bio pick. I think Lucian can still go against the Kai'Sa. He can win that matchup as well. Maybe they were afraid of the Alistar, but I think the bot lane matchup could have stayed the same and it wouldn't matter as much.
Hmm.
Then going to bans, Kale coming through in this time around, I think they were too much worried about the Kale. I don't think the Kale was
Right.
that much of a last game. I think Seth was able to fight her really easily after a certain point. I think
Yeah.
he got 2 solo kills on her even. So I
Yeah.
think that Kale is kind of reactionary band, but maybe they don't want to go against that as well. And Ilaoi comes here as well. This time around, it may be a set top against Ilaoi, but there's still luckily crap for the side of Light and Shadow. They know that it's Ilaoi, so it's most likely Ilaoi top, so they can now counter big the Ilaoi top with something else. Maybe the
Yeah.
Mordekaiser can come once again, but I don't think they're going to go for that.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see the Mordekaiser come out. Yeah, Mordekaiser for sure being locked in here. Very similar picks and bans to what we saw in game 2.
So,
I actually wanted to say really quickly is that a lot of the times in the top lane, Illaoi and Mordekaiser both knew that they needed to do their ultimates after the other one. So
yeah.
a lot of the times they just weren't using their ultimates and trades and ended up with Mordekaiser coming out on top, because a lot of the times Mordekaiser in these trades, because of how his shield works, with that AOE damage that he has for that short period of time, it's kind of favored towards him because he doesn't have to stay in one place and kind of auto attack. Alawi is planted the second that she throws out her tentacle to rip out a soul. So
Yeah,
being able to not only kite around and dodge the excuse me, the tentacle, and then also being able to return damage while this is all happening is really, really big for these trades in favor of Mordekaiser. And then, we got into certain situations where Alawi was like, okay, I'm low HP, I have to press the ultimate, otherwise I die. And then Mordekaiser just can instantly respond with the Shadow Realm. So this is a really, honestly, like, I didn't know what was going to happen going into this top lane, but it is certainly interesting, a bunch of mind games. It's like I think I've mentioned this on stream before, but it's like the Samus full charge beam for Super Smash Brothers. A
yeah,
lot
I
of the
remember.
times, it's not actually the Samus player using the charge beam that's what's annoying. It's just the threat of it being there means that you now need to play completely differently than the way you were before.
Yeah, I remember another. Yeah, I remember I want to play now Smash because I don't understand the Smash analogy. So, but yeah, it's kind of in the same vein. The mind games become more interesting the more you need to actually care about other things, not only you. So the more there's more things in consideration, then the more mind games become more enjoyable. But I think one thing we need to keep to talk right now is about the win because it comes as the last pick against the set. I think the Wen may have a better time against the Zed, both in lane and out of lane. I think she can fight the Zed, and I think
Mhm.
the extra health damage that she deals towards certain champions can be good against the Zed before he activates his shield. So I think there's going to be mini games in that regard as well. But at least it's going to be more of a flashy matchup in a sense, I think, and it's going to be fun to watch. And I also want to see the Gwen how she interacts with the Tarek because having the Gwen have invulnerability for I think it's 2-3 seconds against a Kaisa and a Diana that you wanna dive on, it's going to be good. It's going to be really enjoyable for her. So it's going to be really interesting to see this Crab Dog's composition in action with this
Yeah.
slight adaptation.
Yeah, for sure. And there's a lot of things that Light and Shadow have drafted here that were pieces that worked real well in other games that are now coming together to kind of be just a really, really interesting team comp for sure. They have mixed
Yeah.
damage threats. They have a very strong initiation team. They have decent peel for Kaisa if she decides to go in. They have the ability to make fights 4v4, and in that case, makes it very favorable for them as well. This is a very, very cool team comp that Light and Shadow have put together here.
Yeah, and one of the things that if the target is cute and all, and he can ultimate and save certain targets, but if the Diana and the Kaiser are able to get on top of the Ash, I don't think there's a chance that the target can save her before she gets bursted out. There's so much burst damage in that combo alone that the Ash I don't think can survive long enough unless she goes for a shield bow into something else that can give her health because it's going to be so much damage. So they need to play accordingly to that and try and keep a much needed, a really long distance needed between the Ash and the Diana and the Kaisa for the Taric to be able to have impact in protecting her, as well as having the ultimate be impactful for not only the Ash but the rest of the members as well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the second I saw the Ash, I kind of threw up a question mark, mostly because, half because half so much, right? This is a champion that the Legendary Pleb is very comfortable on. It's a champion that they have a lot of history on. But it's very different from the Lucian. When folks talk about Ash, they mostly talk about the utility that she brings to the team outside of the damage.
Yeah.
Right? She doesn't have that high mobility, very high burst damage that Lucian was able to bring in. Because of that, specifically, the Legendary Pleb was able to deliver a lot of these stuns that Tarek was trying to do early game because Lucian was so short range, and then being able to follow up on it so well because he had that high burst damage. So it should be interesting to see how this lane plays out, and then how much later we get into the game, how that plays out as well.
Yeah, I agree. The illusion was also a key part, to at least to what I think we both saw. it was a key part on how the lane also developed in the manner that it did because of how many stuns he was able to get that probably the Ashe can't get on top of the enemy AD carry. And also, I think the Alistar has a much easier time to get on top of the Ashe than what the Braum did have had on the Illusion. So I think positioning this game around for the AD carry of the side of Crabdogs is going to be much more important. If the legendary pleb missteps once, he's going to get bursted out, I think. But I also feel like the Ashe doesn't need to be the primary damage dealer this game, just because there's a Wen and a Lilaoi that can out damage her and provide so much damage against the enemy. So she just needs to stay alive and do as much as she can from a safe distance. If she's able to do that, I think she's a really good cleanup AD carry, a really good AD carry for the what is left from the fight, and she can be really useful in that manner. But if not, then I think the composition really depends on if she's able to survive long enough that she can help, or if she's just dying instantly in fights.
Yeah, for sure. But with that, we are going to take just a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to be on the Rift with Game 3 of Crab Ducks versus Light and Shadow. Don't go anywhere. This is a real important match. You don't want to miss it. It's like they just want to ARAM and dance instead.
30 seconds.
I love that Alistar skin so much.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, Legendary Pleb is in a position to be a jerk.
And
Let's see if he goes. Oh, boo. Boo. Double boo. That sucks. Oh man, Facebreaker's gonna pull them in, but that's a low blow. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Negative unsportsmanlike conduct, 10-yard penalty, -5 Gucci points.
So now we took away every Gucci point. Well, we
Yeah.
didn't give it.
Oh, no. We gave Gucci points to Set, but
Yeah,
now
yeah,
we've
yeah.
taken Gucci points away from Tarek and Ash. They're now at
disappointment.
-5 Gucci points. How dare you
You
come
see
into
the
this
cow,
game?
you see the cow with the cowbell, and you don't dance around that. I'm just
Oh, God,
I believe that.
that's awful. That's just awful. I don't care
Yeah,
who you are. That's
yeah.
bullying. How dare you bully?
I agree that cannot be consent. But can be consent is the starts for this game. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
pretty standard, pretty normal. I think this is what we should expect almost always because of
Mm-hmm.
of how these junglers want to path. Mostly the Diana wants to be able to get the full clear to be able to get back into the map with better items and then begin impacting the map. The Volibear instead probably wants to be able to clear 4 to 5 camps and then be able to gank because of the effectiveness of his ganking patterns and even
Right.
with heavy trade.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it is going to be some pretty early ganks for sure. I mean, the Diana's almost looking like a full clear right now, but I think she's immediately going to look into that top lane where priority is for the red side, but that does mean an easy gank avenue for the Diana in the top lane.
Yeah, I'm amazed she didn't clear the Crux. Oof, so much damage.
God,
She has
yeah,
Ignite.
Gwen dealing so much. The face breaker, that's going to be the ignite as well. Taken incredibly low. The flash came out, but that might have been just a little too much. Going to be able to find the kill, and that is huge for the set here.
Yeah, I was saying the Zed also has Ignite, but no. Zed has TP and he gets the solo kill against the Ignite champion. Really well done.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, Mystic Phil has been playing really good against in the 1v1 scenarios. He has been getting the solo kills really well done.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is definitely a completely different from what we saw in the previous game. I mean, I like this set just being more aggressive, and he's definitely doing it right here. He can't. Oh man, he's dealing that damage for
Damage.
Empire for Hire underneath the
Good
mist
for
here. That's
flash.
gonna be a flash forward from Step on Me,
Yeah.
Mommy, and that's gonna be the lightning coming down. Gonna be able to find the kill. Diana can't quite find something for themselves. There's gonna be a stun in the bottom lane. Yeah, it looks like Diana's just going to be backing off and no follow-up on the bot side.
Yeah, so close yet so far. Mystic Field almost gets a second kill. If he's able to get that, I think he just destroys the laning phase from the Wen, and Wen will have to cry for at least 15 minutes before she becomes impactful once again. Really well done by Step on Me Mommy. I think we were talking, ooh, baby brain.
Yeah, the Pulverize is not good, but the return damage from the Golden Blade is probably about as good as you're going to get on this
Yeah,
Tarek early. You know, he does finally have that those gems, so it does mean that he does have a little bit of extra armor in his pocket for sure.
yeah, but at least they get the trade damage. That's
Mm-hmm.
better than nothing. What I was
Mm-hmm.
going to say was that Step on Me Mommy really well gang timing. I think we were expecting that, and he played really well that. Darth Reptar once again with the trades. He's winning this early game once again.
Yeah.
But
Ooh, yeah, that's a real big stun onto Baby Brain here, but he's going to use that Pulverize. It's not going to land on anyone. Now it's up to Golden Blade to be able to respond with this damage just by himself.
yeah, the Ash is it's really good. Whoa!
Oh, yeah, that's going to be Darth Reptar taking incredibly low here. Both of them are going to flash, going to rip out the soul, try to find a little bit of damage, but not going to be able to find it. Meanwhile, the bomb lane, Boomstick is going to be able to find the stun. There's the Pulverize, there's the headbutt. Knock Boomstick towards the Golden Blade here. They can't quite find the damage. The TP is coming from the blue side here. Here comes Set. Can he find the Facebreaker? He's going to pull in Ash here, but he can't quite get that last bit of damage. He's going to be stunned up. Here comes Step on Me, Mommy. Going to come in. There's going to be the lightning from the Barry. Mystic Phil is taken incredibly low here. The press, the attack is good. Darth Reptar is coming in as well. He's joined the party. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Everyone's here. TLS Baby Brain gonna be taken incredibly low. The Boomstick is gonna be able to find the last bit of damage with that Tarek stun, and with everyone dead, with the whole team right around Dragon, that's gonna be a 5-minute Ocean Drake.
Yeah, and top lane gets solo kill. The Mordekaiser gets the Illaoi under turret, and with that, he's able to get the solo kill. Really well done by the Golden Champ this time around. But on bot lane, the really good response by the Crabdogs. I think it's a little bit too much of a force by Light and Shadow. They didn't need to go for that after they were able to just get the Tarek. They were able to get away from the trade from the Tariq and the Ash. They were able to trade some damage, and they forced a little bit too much. I think the set TP was a little overboard, especially from the distance. They weren't far away from their turrets to be able to just force that, and the set didn't have flash either. So it was just going
Yeah.
to be hard for the set to be able to get on top of them. If he had a strike breaker, maybe, but it's too early in the game for that, so it's going to be hard for him. And then really good response by the Stephanie Momi as well as Darth Reptar.
Mhm.
I think his TP was really good, and with that at least he gets a kill back, and it's not as behind as he could have been against the Mordekaiser.
Yeah, for sure. But with that, we're seeing a lot better from Lighted Shadow. Ooh, meanwhile, Headbutt Pulverized. The stun is probably going to be good onto Boomstick as well. He's taking incredibly low. Will the Golden Blade be able to follow up the damage? Is going to be the flash forward and the rockets as well. The Golden Blade going to be able to find himself a gilded kill within the bot side, 1-for-0.
Yeah, and sadly for the Golden Blade, he cancels an auto attack, and because of that, he has to flash. But still, really good response. If Taric goes so far forward and misses the stun, then the response will be good. Oh, so much damage in top lane. The
Yeah,
Golden
Darth. Yeah, we're seeing the same thing again. We talked about this in Champ Select, where both players are like, "Oh, my ultimate is good after the other one," but Mystic Phil, his ultimate is good whenever he wants it. Mystic Phil gonna pull Step on Me Mommy into the turret, and he's gonna be forced to flash away, or just run away rather, from the turret, and not gonna be able to find a kill as Diana and Alistar are looking for something in the mid lane. The Golden Champ and Darth Reptar are still fighting a whole lot in the top lane. The blue team is not gonna be able to find anything in the mid. So it looks like we're going to be able to slow down just a little bit.
Yeah, and this time around, in this matchup, most importantly, I think the Golden Champ has been doing a good job at baiting the Laoi's a test of a spirit to be able to deny so much damage from her, and she's able to do that. Then it's going to be so good for him. Baby Brain going mid lane, but it's just a
Yeah.
jump away.
Yeah. Real hard to get on this Gwen. Gwen is real slippery, and she does have that mist as well to protect her from the outside. So comes Darth Reptar out from the jungle. Gonna get that slam. He's not gonna be able to find more. That's gonna be it.
Yeah, wanna wait top lane again fighting.
Oh yeah. Darth Reptar trying to put some damage onto the Golden Champ here, but it's gonna be really hard to really hit this to Mordekaiser here. I think it's important to note that Mordekaiser has picked up a Thorn Mail, so no matter how many times Alawi goes in for these trades, she's going to get those grievous wounds, which makes him these trades for her just a lot worse. And oh no, Pony Boy coming in for Darth Reptar here. Another blue ribbon for Pony Boy as he picks up just another kill in this top
Yeah.
lane.
Oh, sorry. The super sad thing was that Darth Raptor was going to ward just at the exact moment that Diana was there. So really unlucky for him. But still, that's what happens with so much trading. Ooh, nice stun, bot lane.
Oh yeah, that's a real good stun on the Golden Blade. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot of follow-up there. Meanwhile, excuse me, mid lane, Empire for Hire and Set trading back and forth. Mystic Phil doing a decent chunk of damage to his lane opponent, but looks pretty easy. It looks like Volibear's found out Pony Boy here, and I think, Volibear might be tanking the Rift Herald here, but now here comes the Mordekaiser as well. They're taking incredibly low. He used Smite to try to heal back up, and Mystic Phil is here to answer as well as the kill goes over to Diana. Now it's going to be maybe a 1v2. The Set might be in a wrong place if he looks to fight that, so looks like they're just going to back off. The blue team is going to pick up the Rift Herald.
Yeah, and the 1v2 from the set is deceptive, so I think he can take that. But there, Step on Me Mommy going for that play, trying to contest the Diana with the Herald, knowing that the Mordekaiser has priority. The Ilaoi was dead, so she had to go back, and you didn't have ultimate, so it was in a really good position to try and force that. Ooh, bot lane close.
Yeah, for sure. Boomstick once again just outside of range of this Taric stun here, but these Taric stuns have been very, very good so far. I mean, that one might have been just outside of range. Ooh, they're gonna be able to find the stun onto Baby Brain here. He's not gonna be forced to pop his ultimate, so that's pretty good for him. Just going to back away now.
Yeah, and he's missing, like you're saying, he's missing just the tip of the stun. I think that's why Lucian was so good, because he was able to get that. Oh, both failed.
The Enchanted Crystal Arrow comes out as well. The two ultimates have been popped by the red team here. They're all invulnerable underneath this turret, but the timing might not have been so good, as they now have to kite around this turret here. They can't. Okay, there's the stun onto the Golden Blade. The exhaust as well. Step on Me Mommy is now underneath turret, but TLS Baby Brain is doing a good job of making sure that they have to trade around this aggro. They're finally going to be able to find the kill. Darth Reptar is going to fall in the top lane as well, but it's a 1-for-1 across the map, and it could have been a lot cleaner, but it didn't turn out as well as they'd hoped.
Yeah, it could have been a lot cleaner, but at least it didn't turn out worse because Diana was coming. Diana is just a second earlier. There's 3 kills coming through. I think nobody survived from that. But I want to give credit to TLS Baby Brain once again, because I think he played that accordingly. He made the Kaisa survive for so much time. I think if the Kaisa is able to survive just a little bit longer. If she doesn't get hit by the last turn, maybe they cannot play that. But it's still really good dive by them. They utilize the ultimates. The Taric ultimate, I think, going for the play with that ultimate is okay. You need to try and you can force things because you're not going to probably fight early on. But they miss a lot of CC on the Kai'Sa at the start, and that's why it takes so long. But still, they get the kill. And but now, Light and Shadow, they are securing the Drake.
Yeah, for
There's
sure.
no
I mean,
ultimate
yeah,
or
Crab Ducks are looking to answer here, and now they've secured the dragon, but the fight has started. Step on me, mommy is the same focus, but that is a huge Diana ultimate. So much AoE damage comes down. No one's fallen just yet. Make that scratch that. 3 people have fallen. Boomstick is now the target. Can they get that last bit of damage? The Golden Blade is going to get that little bit of movement speed to dash in. Can they find the damage? The Golden Blade is going to be able to find the kill on the Boomstick, and they got the dragon. They got 4 kills, and that is huge.
Yeah, and I don't know why the Crab Dogs are forcing that. We were just, I think, I was just saying this just before they went into fight. They don't have Taric ultimate. They don't have Bolivar ultimate. You used your 2 of your most crucial ultimates in the previous try to dive the Kai'Sa. You got the kill. You don't need that Drake either because you already secured one of the Drakes. So you're in an okay position to just give it up. But they go for that first, and now you have a Diana 2-0, a Mordekaiser that is 3-0, and a Kai'Sa that has a kill, as well as a set that has a shotgun. So
Mm-hmm.
it's going to get that's not something that you want. And one of the points that we were talking about before the game was that how easy they can dive the Ash. Oh, nice. Will they
Ooh,
get
yeah,
something?
Empire for hire because she's gonna use up a bunch of defenses as TBS Baby Brain. Ooh, the stun is going to land even after the headbutt. Mystic Phil taking incredibly low. The shield is going to keep him alive for just a little bit longer, but that's just long enough for Golden Blade to dive in here and force the flash away for Empire for hire. Boomstick is going to be pulled back in. Step on Miyamami is coming in from the side. Can he use the Volleybar ultimate to maybe re-engage? That's going to be the stun onto the Golden Champ. They're going to find the stun, Tarek stun as well. He's taken incredibly low. That's going to be the shield coming down from Mordekaiser, and he's going to stay alive for just a little bit longer. It's just a 1-0 in favor of the red team.
Yeah, a good response by Kratos this time around. I think Mystic Phil tried to overforce a little bit, waiting for the rest of the team to come, but I think he didn't expect that much damage to come through and be able to just delete him, as well as the stun from the Taric was really good. That's the combo that we can see because the Lucian is no more. But oh, Taric's alone.
Ooh, but so is the Golden Champ. Darth Reptar coming in from the side here, but he did notice TLS Baby Brain here. Here comes the Alawi Ultimate's getting pulled into the Shadow Realm here. Those tentacles are now out of commission. And, Mordekaiser is going to be able to find an easy kill for himself in the top lane.
Yeah, and last game I think it was more close, but this time around there's such a huge difference. Oh, and now
Yeah,
Bolivar.
that's going to be the Diana ultimate. Volibear ulting trying to get away, but it's not going to be enough. The LS Baby Brain coming in from the side. The Headbutt Pulverize is good, but they can't quite find the damage to follow up. And Mystic Phil's looking for something, but the Legendary Pleb is going to be able to dodge to get him away, kite him away from the rest of the team. They're just going to back away as they're going to pick up an easy 1-0 for themselves in the jungle.
Yeah, and good responses by the side of Light and Shadow. I think this time around this game, oh, Ser.
Oh, yeah, Mystic Phil. Oh, no. The Golden Blade went in a little too far. The Tarek Ultimate is now coming across, and it is finally done. So, looks like it's going to disengage that fight, and it's going to walk away. Mystic Phil still looking for something. He does have the Showstopper, but it doesn't look like he wants to dive underneath turret.
Yeah, I think if they are going to dive, they need to wait for the Diana, but still, they got the Taric ultimate. That's crucial. Oh, the legendary play.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be the Stride Breaker plus the Face Breaker. That's going to be the Headbutt Pulverize as well. The Legendary Pleb is taken incredibly low, and that's going to be the red buff taking him down. TLS Baby Brain going to be able to pick up the kill for himself there, and that's going to be probably a mid lane turret.
Yeah, and 3 times, it has been 3 times that the legendary pleb has been out of position. He stepped too forward, and because of that, oh, Sid.
Ooh, yeah, that's a big face breaker. The Tarek ultimate is going to come. The Tarek stun is going to come across as well, but it's only going to hit Mystic Phil. He's taking incredibly low. Now the rest of the red team is looking to re-engage. Conqueror has finally proc, but now he's underneath turret. He's going to be taken low. He's finally going to go down after one. And now it's a 1-for-1. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow comes across, and now the Golden Blade has been stunned for probably an eternity. But that's not going to matter a whole lot. He's looking for the last bit of damage on the Darth Reptar. He's not going to be able to find it. Now he's punished underneath turret. TLS Baby Brain can only run away. Empire for hire now does have that damage lined up, but can't quite find it. It's going to be a 2-for-1 underneath that turret in favor.
Yeah, Empire for hire is not. Empire for hire is not going to get any meat tonight. Really well by Baby Brain running away, and once again, I Mystic Phil in the set has gotten so many good engages as well as follow-ups by Baby Brain. They have secured so many good kills. If the Diana was before, again, I think they get even more, but sadly she wasn't close by. But still, they are forcing plays. Being ahead, they can force these kind of plays, and these champions can take so much damage from tower as well. So they are safe to try and force this kind of semi-tower dives in between the lane and the turret to be able to get kills out. And like we said, like I was trying to say, the Ranger Pleb has been out of position many times, and he has been susceptible to these kinds of plays. Oh,
Yeah.
Esteban,
Ooh. Yeah, he might have been bitten off a little bit more than he could chew. Kaisa abusing her range over the wall there, taking Step on Me Mommy to about half HP and scaring them off the dragon as well. The rest of the red team has come to respond. It is currently a 3v3. Let's see if they're able to follow up, but it doesn't look like they're going to see. It looks like they're going to see this dragon over and give it up. There's now, there's now a Cloud Drake in the pockets of the blue team, and that is 12 ultimate ability haste. That has got to be something to be scared of, for sure.
yeah, but that's the kind of trade you have to make when you're this far behind. They're 7,000 gold behind. You still need time to be able to get at least some things. Gwen needs another item. The Ashe needs to get a mythic. She's not going mythic. And the Lao is so far behind from the Mordekaiser. The Mordekaiser hasn't been really a part of any of these fights apart from the second Drake fight. So they need to wait for at least the Lao to be impactful. Nice stun.
That's a pretty big Taric stun. Step on Me Mommy is using this as an opportunity to go in. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow comes across and stuns up Mystic Phil. The Taric ultimate is good, and here comes the Showstopper, going to bring them back into the enemy team, but Mystic Phil is going to go down. The rest of the red team is looking for the shutdown onto Diana. They're going to be able to find it. Taric is going to pick up that kill for themselves. Darth Reptar in the top lane, meanwhile, just having a hard time dealing with the golden champ here, but that is a really, really big win for the red team underneath their own turret.
Yeah, Crab Dogs finally get a good win. They had their complete ultimate, so they were able to force it. Oh no, Bolivar is coming.
Ooh, that was a real good timing by TLS Baby Brain here. The headbutt pulverize was good, but no one has fallen just yet. They have the turret on their side, but they're trading this aggro really, really well. Step on Me Mommy is now tanking it. TLS Baby Brain has to deal with the legendary pleb. He's gonna headbutt him away as the TP comes down from Set. He's now looking for something. His golden champ is starting to fight Darth Reptar in the top lane, and once again, they're looking for. He's going to pull him into the Shadow Realm right as he unleashes the tentacles from all sides, and that is going to be him going down. As Baxter is now starting to be channeled by the red team.
Yeah, at least Darth Reptar now has the QSS, so he may try to go. Oh, golden champ, no. He's alone.
Oh yeah, Step on Me Mommy in the wrong place at the wrong time. Taken incredibly low. Golden Champ, can he find the kill? They might be able to find the red buff as well. He flashes forward, doesn't need to. Mystic Phil's going to pick up a red buff, and Mordekaiser's going to pick up a kill. That is real. This is a really, really scary Mordekaiser. 6-0 and 2 at this stage of the game.
Yeah, I think the main point of difference between this and last game is that Ilao is so far behind from the Mordekaiser that she can't really fight at any point against him. She's three levels behind, one full, at least two full items behind because he has two components. Maybe they get the Mystic Veil.
Yeah, Empire for Hire is here as well. There's going to be tethered up, so they're now joined. Let's see if they can land the stun. Empire for Hire is real close. Mystic Phil's going to dodge out of the way. He's going to get the Haymaker shield. He's exhausted now. He's going to use the Showstopper, trying to turn this into a 1-for-1 for as much as he can, but he can't quite land it. The red team is going to back away after that. They're not going to pursue this 2v3 or 3v3 rather. They're just going to back away.
Yeah, at least they get that trade. They get a good kill on the set, and now they get a little bit of a space in the map. Diana got it. Oof, unlucky for the first step on me. But she has a better smite. I just realized, but there's a more than a 50 CS difference in jungle.
Yeah.
So it's going to be harder for him to secure those kinds of smites. They have Earl, maybe they can do this push, but at least with the set there, they can have a little bit of a space in the map to be able to get more farm. The Ashe, they can give away this already even. I don't think it's necessary to just protect it, but they are going to be able. Oh no, doubling.
Yeah. Darth Reptar is looking for the 1v2 here, taking the golden champ incredibly low. That shield is gigantic. He's going to go golden as well. Darth Reptar taking incredibly low. The hand is now outside range. The rest of the red team is looking to collapse here. He finally finds the stall. Going to beat him up just a little bit. He doesn't know that he's going to get slowed for just a little bit. He pulls Gwen into the Shadow Realm, but Ponyboy is going to find the kill, and now they're trying to find the kill on the Step on Me Mommy as well. The golden champ once again still trying to kite out as much as he can. The blue team is not letting anyone on their team die as the golden blade comes in for the double kill, and Step on Me Mommy now has to run for their life. A 3-for-0 in favor of the blue team, and they might be looking for more.
Yeah, and this time around they Laoi almost is able to outplay the Mordekaiser because of the QSS, but because of how ahead the Mordekaiser is, it's able to survive long enough so that the Diana can come. The Wen is instantly exploded. The Empire for Hire cannot do anything. The Diana erases her from the map, and then it's just that response from everyone from the side of Light and Shadow to be able to just secure the rest of the team fight and then the Baron right now. And with this, I think they have enough power to just push through and win the game. They can maybe go to secure the soul point and then push through to try and force fights. But they can dive turrets. They can dive really easily against this composition because
Hmm.
it's so far behind.
Yeah. I mean, 10,000, 10,500 gold now separates these two teams. And that is really, really hard to, to beat, especially when they are sporting also a Baron buff as well. That's additional combat stats in their pockets as well. And so it's going to be really, really hard. Okay, here comes the teleport in from Mordekaiser. They're definitely looking for a fight here. They can't quite find the position just yet to start anything up, but they are starting the dragon.
Yeah, and it's better for the side of the Crab Dogs to not force a fight because you don't have the Taric ultimate. That is probably your main ultimate right now to be able to fight to win fights and force fights in a at a better position. So you don't need to overforce that. The soul point hurts to give away, especially being the extra stats from the Cloud Drake so that they can get better ultimates back. But you still have an opportunity if you wait for the correct time.
Red team's turret
Yeah,
has
Step
been
on Me
destroyed.
Mommy is waiting in from the side here, just trying to get a decent chunk of damage onto the minions, but they do have increased magic resistance here, so it's going to be a lot harder to kill them with abilities like that. Mystic Phil trying to fight Empire for Hire underneath the turret here. Here comes TLS Baby Brain and the Golden Blade. It's going to force Empire for Hire to flash around, but here comes the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. It's going to get Quicksilver sashed off, and he's just going to run away.
This
Is
is
now the
alone.
rest of the team fight is happening underneath the turret quite here. They're trying to dive onto the Golden Blade, and they're going to be able to find it eventually. TLS Baby Brain is going to be the next focus target here. Diana might have been able to find a turret in the top lane, but they lost two Baron buffs and two kills on the bottom side, and that is huge. They're trying to find something else off of this Baron buff here. That's going to be the ultimate in from Volley Bear. He's going to be CC'd up just a little bit. There's going to be the Haymaker Punch, going to be able to find the kill. Mystic Phil's taken incredibly low, and he's going to use this opportunity to run away. Mordekaiser is exhausted. He's underneath this turret trying to find the last bit of damage onto Darth Reptar, or maybe Boomstick. Mystic Phil has joined the fight once again, but this Mordekaiser is nearly unstoppable. You can't even kill him underneath the turret. Empire for Hire is coming in for the cleanup, but that's going to be the turret finally going down. The golden champ is going to go golden himself and show off the gold medal that he's been winning over and over again. Mordekaiser still can't be killed. He's 8-0-7. This monster is going to end the game.
Yeah, what a raid boss. He just walks into the turret, gets 2 kills, and they are not able to do anything. He can maybe get another kill here.
Oh yeah, Step on Me Mommy dives right in. Mystic Phil's looking for something. Ponyboy is diving onto the legendary pleb here, but he's able to kite him away. The Golden Champ is able to find the kill. Here comes the Terran Ultimate across, but the legendary pleb is now getting a chance to free auto attack, but they're immediately changing their attacks onto the Nexus. They're going to be able to find the kill. They're going to be able to find the game. 2-1. Light and Shadow take this entire series. GG's.
Yeah, and this third game, I think it was stump, stump, stump in each of the 3 games. Each side was clearly better in each of the games that they won, and this time around wasn't any different. Really well played by the side of Light and Shadow. I think the probably the best performer this time around was the Golden Champ. He got his advantage on top lane alone. Even if I think Ponyboy came once to get a kill that was already kind of secure because Daylaoi was so low, but he got his advantage alone in top lane and pushed through with that advantage. He was able to do so much to that alone, and then slowly but surely, when he was in fights, he impacted in a really big manner. He forced Daylaoi to have to go for the Quicksilver Sash, which it's kind of an obligation to go to, but because of that, she was always even farther behind than what she could be. At the end of the game, the Golden Champ was 3 items completed, and the Illaoi and Reptar in the Illaoi was only one. Also, Baldwin, I think this time around didn't have enough impact. I think the Lucian pick would have been better because the stuns from the Charity from Boomstick didn't come through a lot of the times, and I think that really changed the dynamic of the matchup. Like I think we both saw so many times that the Terry could have gotten the stun because just a little because there was just a little bit of distance between the stun and the champion. So maybe
Mhm.
if it was a Lucian or even a Kalista, then the stuns from the Taric may have been more effective. but because the Ash was so far away, they never really got that and couldn't push an advantage even farther ahead. And they tried to force an advantage bot lane through dives, but they never really come through fruition. And then after that, the Diana, the Mordekaiser, and the Zed was just too much to handle for the side of the Crab Ducks.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Mordekaiser was such a strong pick in game two, and the second that they saw the Alawi pickup, they were just like, "Let's go, let's do it again, round two." I mean, we talked about it in the in picks and bans, but Mordekaiser versus Alawi matchup post level six. It's just the two of them waiting to press their ultimate buttons second. It's just the two of them just waiting. Okay, who's going to press it first? I need to make sure that I get the maximum value. I need to press it second. And then a lot of the times it ends up that they either don't press it at all, or or what happens is that they end up pressing it first and then it doesn't do what they need it to do, right? And it
Yeah,
ends up being in the other person's favor. It's just really interesting to see that matchup in general because I don't get to see a whole lot of Alawi. Love seeing Alawi being played, even though she's my least favorite champion to play against. Huge, huge respect for
yeah,
Darth Reptar for even for piloting Alawi pretty well, to be honest. Even though they came out, they didn't end up winning the whole series. They played that matchup very, very well, for sure.
yeah. And it's funny because I think this game could have been kind of similar to the second game in how Ilaoi and Mordekaiser fought, if not because of that tiny mistake that happened on top lane at the start where the Mordekaiser got the solo kill because Ilaoi was mispositioned and she took a tower shot, and because of that he was able to get the solo kill. If that doesn't happen, I think the game pretty much stays kind of similar to the second game. Probably not in the rest of the places because Zed was still being a menace. Mystic Feel on the set was really good. Pony Boy had more impact with the Diana than with Xinjiao, and the bot lane
Mhm.
this time around from the Golden Blade and TLS Baby Brain was still more useful than with the Braum and the Tristana. So probably the other places are not the same, but at least in the top lane, it wouldn't have been so much of a difference.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't think we want to hearken too much on this entire on this game too much. I think both teams played very well. And when you have swingy games like this, it means that like not either. I don't want to say that both teams are particularly bad, but it's just like inconsistent is the word I'll use when you have stomp after stomp after stomp. It just shows some sort of inconsistency between these two teams. So it'll be something that both teams need to work out as both teams had something that was very good about them, but in the end you can only have one winner, and in this case it was Light and Shadow. Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight, and well, thanks to myself, excuse me, thanks to all of you for tuning in. I'd like to my producer is 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 messing with me. I'm being bullied because I messed up my words. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and from myself, the entire live broadcasting crew, my co-caster TDS, and Diatropa for his first time with production. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And if you haven't already pressed that follow button, make sure to do so. We have lots of League of Legends every week for y'all to watch. And if you're feeling generous, press that subscribe button. It really helps us out. But until next time, we'll see you all later. And thanks to myself. Bye bye.